What's up? How are we, guys? Does changing have an E in it? I don't think changing has an E in it. I think my title's spelled wrong. I was just looking at the title. I don't think changing has an E in it, does it? I don't think it does. No, why do I have 12-car garage but only 6 cars? Mate, make more money, brother. Wait, why do I have a 12-car garage but only 6 cars? I gotta make more money on Grand Theft Auto 5, brother. JFK Jr.'s in the house. It's wonderful to see. How is everybody? Good to see you, Feral Florida man. What's up, Justin Kennedy? Bosh. How are you, Eric? I hope you're doing well, dude. Where's the shirt at? Probably in the bin. Oh, my Lord. How are we, Christian Gray? How are we, Benny? How are we, everybody? Ngannou's been stripped. He's been stripped bloody naked, mate. I tell you what, we're going to get into it today. The PFL are changing things up yet again. Don't you love the PFL? They're the best in the business. I tell you what, Eric. They just are. Oh, let's run it. Let's do it, Big Ben. Let's do it. Canada's in the house. Oh, God. JFK Jr.'s in the house. Disgusting. Too much Tylenol, doggy. Can't spell right. I don't think it's got an E in it, does it? I think it's CH. What have I done? Let's have a look real quick. What have I done? You know what? First of all, we need to chill. Chill music time. Time to chill. Excellent. What have I done with the spelling of the stream? I think it's Francis Ngannou, Changing. I don't think there's an E there. Changing. That looks better. Changing. There we go. I think that's how it's spelled. Yes, there we are. Right, we're here. What's up, Capatheist? How are you, man? Eric dropping 21 savage bars, thinking he's slick. Eric is slick, mate. Eric is slick. Dougie, I just thought of a banger of a matchup. Alex Pereira versus Prime Rumble Johnson. That would be a banger of a matchup, wouldn't it? Although Rumble was constantly missing weight. That's the big problem with Rumble, isn't it? Like, even when he moved up from 170 to 185, he was still missing weight. You know, I think later in his career, he ended up fighting all the way up at heavyweight at one point when he ended up going to Bellator. R.I.P. Rumble Johnson. Dougie looks high. I'm just very tired, Feral Florida, man. Very, very tired. It's been a very big renovation for me this week. But I've broken its back. It's wrapping up now, so I'm excited about that. Yeah, sideways hat, Dougie, is unheard of. We got a new one. We got a new sideways hat, Dougie. Dougie got the Asian eyes right now. I'm tired, mate. Dougie's in his YN arc. Exactly, Justin Kennedy. I figure if I'm going to be young for one more year, let's be fully young, mate. You prefer forward hat, Dougie? Done, Benny. Just for you. There you go. You got forward hat, Dougie, just for you. What's up, Pabro? Good to see you, mate. I hope you're doing well. Everyone is being delusional about Charles Oliveira versus Mateus Gamrot, MMA Che. I watched MMA Che's video today. He's got a very entertaining way of breaking down him being worried about the fights. Yeah, very true. He does good breakdowns, does old Che. What is his tapology like? Someone's got to check his tapology, though, brother. We must check this, brother. Tylenol shrinks your dick. Ugh. Well, then we shouldn't take Tylenol, MMA Johnny. I don't even think we have Tylenol in Australia, to be honest, MMA Johnny. I don't think we have Tylenol in Australia. I think we only have Panadol and Nurofen. I don't think we have the other one, dude. Also, Scamrot by injury, TKO, it is written. Inshallah. Scamrot by injury. Yeah, he's going to look at Charles Oliveira's knee and it's going to blow up. This is what Scamrot does, mate. Everyone is delusional besides me because I am God's chosen MMA Jew. Well, that is classic MMA Che, isn't it? I've got a feeling this is the one where Dougie eats all the Tim Hortons menu live on stream. I can't wait to visit you in Canada one day, Christian Gray, and you take me to your favorite Tim Hortons and you can order me whatever you want on the menu and I'll pay for it. Some would say he rumbled on the scale. Exactly right, Justin Kennedy. I'm tired of being lazy all day. I've not been late. I've been fucking crushing it, actually, Eric. I made my content. I did my work. I washed. Look at me. I'm not covered in shit like I usually am. I'm here to stream early. I've been absolutely killing it. I before E, except after C, unless you're writing weird. See, that's the problem with English. There's just too many fucked up contradictory rules. I doubt the renovation was that big. How much liquid ounces of plaster how many liquid ounces of plaster did you apply? I don't go by that anymore, luckily enough for me, feral Florida man. For me, I just quote the jobs, but the renovations have been quite good. Fresh Fade, Crooked Cap, releasing a new hip-hop single. I am releasing a new hip-hop single. It's called Getting Plastered with the Plasterer. Dougie broke its back like he did those two Japanese baddies back in the day. Oh, okay. Homie was smelling like sushi for weeks after. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing like a bit of sushi on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Christian Grey. For real, Chris, we'll always be asking Dougie to check in with Tim Hortons menu. I can't wait to... I'm not scared. We've looked at the Tim Hortons menu, and I told you guys it was very similar to Gloria Dreams in Australia. Dougie is the lost new kid on the block. Mate, nothing wrong with a bit of new kid on the block. All right, nothing wrong with that at all. Forever young, you know what I'm saying? You look like you unironically listen to 2025 Eminem. You look like you unironically listen to 2020. I don't understand why I get called Eminem just because I have a cap and a hoodie on. All of a sudden, I get called Eminem by the chat. We need to check this moment, brother. We do. We need to check MMA Che's topology, brother. We do, brother. We do. Where am I up to? There you are. You have paracetamol. Yeah, I know we have that's what I said. We have Panadol and we have Nurofen, but I don't know if we have Tylenol, like the brand Tylenol. I don't think we have Tylenol here. Oh, funnily enough, chat, here's a little story that you guys, maybe I shouldn't tell this. You know what? I'm not going to tell this story because I might meet you guys one day. We're not going to tell that story at all because it can be used against me. Anyway, move on. Who else here is from Canada? Most of the chat is from Canada. Of course, they don't have Tylenol in Aussie land. They don't even have hot dog buns, the third world dump. We have hot dog buns. You've seen me eat the hot dog buns, dickhead. God, they took our Panadines from us. They did take our Panadines from us, Alpeg. What's up, Bilal's good eye? How are you, brother? I hope that you're doing wonderful on this Thursday. Happy grand final eve. No, happy public holiday eve to all the Australians out there. Public holiday. Public holiday for everyone tomorrow in Australia. No, Coldrill's the closest. It's weak as fuck comparatively. Yeah, there you go. See, we don't have Tylenol here. There you go. Carpathius knows exactly what I'm talking about. Rumble always made weight at 205. I know I was being racist and talking about Rashad Evans. R.I.P. Rashad Evans. Imagine Gumbo with Pride Rules, Dougie him soccer kicking the ream across the octagon. It would be fucking beautiful, wouldn't it? Although Alistair Overeem was already dead by the time Francis Mngumbu landed that savage uppercut on him. And I've got to get the meme of that fat man celebrating in the crowd. Go back and watch the Francis Ngannou uppercut on Alistair Overeem. There's a fat man celebrating in the crowd. I fucking love him. I love him so much. I've got to go and screen record that. It's so fucking funny to me every time I watch it. I fucking love that guy. Oh, shit. Covered in shit, never left India. Exactly. Not covered in shit. I'm not watching this garbage. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Oh, yeah, Ben. Dougie is scared of how much he would love the amazing Canadian delicacy Tim Hortons. It's just fucking croissants and crepes, mate. It's just croissants and crepes. It's not that big of a deal. What's up, Ali? How are you, brother? Good to see you. Dougie, the problem is once you experience how epic Canada is, you're never going to want to leave. You'll become a Canadian patriot like us. Don't think so. You guys are just as soft as Australia, and you just glaze a HSP. No thanks. I'd rather live in a wilderness that doesn't have bears. Dougie's going to be watching this weekend's card, standing up with his hand on his heart, saying, "Our land is girt by sea." We've also got news about the Australia card as well. The ticket sales are abysmal. They are abysmal. There is an economic crisis going on in Australia, and no one is paying $700 the day after the Super Bowl in Australia to go and watch some mid-level Eternal card in fucking Perth. So we've got two big news things to talk about today. We've got the PFL is once again changing their shit up, and Francis Ngannou seems to be stripped of the PFL heavyweight title, and we have got Australian MMA is crumbling because of the prices of the UFC. Background Hunt, Dougie listens to Eminem and Fred Durst. I do listen to Eminem and Fred Durst. What's up, Sars Pasture? How are you, man? God almighty, you were off your medication today in the chat, weren't you? My God, you were spazzing out today. Do you shave the inside of the mouth region of your goatee? What the fuck? Do you shave the inside the mouth region of your goatee? What? Oh, this? No, it just doesn't grow here. For some reason. It's just smooth as a baby here. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? It's weird. Light sparring, not with Poetan. UFC 320 episode 7. Alex Pereira 5 hours ago. I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out. Alex Pereira is fucking killing it on YouTube right now, mate. I'll have to check it out. Where am I up to? 2025 Eminem be blasting in Dougie's white van when he drives past all the high schools. This is true, Christian Grave. This is true. You have to die young to be forever young. We missed that boat. We did miss that boat, didn't we, Carpathius? But we can still pretend, can't we, mate? We always have our own delusions. Don't tell the story. I shan't tell the story. Don't flatter yourself, mate. I didn't call you Eminem. I said you listen to the 2025 version of Eminem. Okay, geez, sorry, mate. I didn't mean to flatter myself. Oh, my God. All right, sorry. Your hot dog buns are kangaroo arms. Exactly right, Justin Kennedy. We just slice open kangaroo's arms and put hot dog meat inside of it. Nah, mate, that glizzy stream never happened. Eat 12 more of these shits. No, people forget, man. Make that a sticker. I will, dude. The guy with the dance, I will make it a sticker. Do an impression of backwards hat Dougie pulling up to a group of girls on the mall on his skateboard, blasting Eminem on his speakers with a can of white Monster in hand. Okay, we'll do that. G'day, girls. Who wants to come round to the old apartment and watch some Up and Smoke tour with old Dougie? Ew, a fucking creep! Get him! Someone call the police! What's up, Don Calamari? How are you, dude? Eminem is a libtard. He's gonna come out as trans any day now. I'm surprised his daughters didn't turn out that way, big Don Calamari. How are you, mate? Speaking of Perth, what's up, brother? Send Francis back to the sand dunes. Racist. Well, not really racist. Bros ducking the bears. What a soy. Mate, I just enjoy our outback where you can go out there and not die by a giant bear or a mountain lion attack. Canadians as soft as Aussie. That's why you're scared of them bear. Canadians aren't as soft as Aussies. That's why you're scared of them bears. But Canadians aren't as soft as Aussies. Canadians are worse than Aussies, mate. Softer. That's disgusting, sus pasture. Ngannou versus Deontay Wilder in MMA, or else we have him drive his motorcycle around India. Even Francis Ngannou on a motorcycle wouldn't fix India. How are you, MMA master? Good to see you. What a weird place to jump into the stream. We're so fucked, Gert by sea. Way more Gert than any of you chumps. Exactly. We got more Gert than anyone else has got Gert. So get that, other countries. So is Ngannou actually a cunt or not? I just can't figure it out anymore. Yes, I would say Francis Ngannou is a cunt, considering that he forced the PFL to start an entire African regional scene and then couldn't be bothered rocking up to 2 events because they weren't good enough for him. I don't like these events. They're not good enough. They're not high enough level. I would say yes, Francis Ngannou is a giant cunt. MMA Joey is gay confirmed. Well, we all knew that, sus pasture. Dougie's the kind of guy to listen to Imagine Dragons on his way to the dentist. Imagine Dragons on his way to... What's an Dragon song? Was Radioactive an Imagine Dragons song? Radioactive! Radioactive! That's a good song. Where am I to? Dougie can't grow hair on the side of his mouth because he attempted to drink a pot of boiling water. Exactly right, Justin Kennedy, and it only made me stronger. Alex is about to get brutally slept by the big Magomed Dankalaev unless he runs again. I completely agree with you, the Friendless Norseman. I think Alex Pereira is going to get brutally slept yet again. Holy fuck, I might even need to refill that. Oh my god. I am thirsty today, chat. We might need to go get more water. Let's read some chats for a bit. Where am I up to? Dougie, at the age of 36, how does it feel to know that your wife and true love of your life is about to be born in less than 4 years? It feels good, you know? There is always another wife being born every day. So it feels good, Eric. It feels great. And I'm feeling like I'm ready for a fresh 18-year-old right now. I'm graping my wife's unfilthy... Whoa! Disgusting. Dougie only had a white Monster in his hand when he met his wife's boyfriend. That's kind of gay. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. Sus Pastor is going hard today, isn't he? My lord. Where am I up to? Eminem adopted daughter Whitney is trans. It's a dude now. No shit, Carpathiest. Marshall. How the great have fallen. Is this live? This is live, Sus Pasture. Chael Sonnen's YouTube downfall needs to be studied. I agree, Nitro MMA. It's probably because he wastes everybody's time. If you do not make a video that's worth listening to, no one will be bothered clicking on your video again. A lesson that I have learnt the hard way. And so is Chael Sonnen. Radioactive. Whoa, 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 whoa. a good song. Canada as a French-speaking province, that's all you need to know about them. I know, imagine allowing the French into your country. Oh, like, yeah, you like, all right, we let the Sudanese into our country, and now on a completely unrelated note, machete attacks have gone through the roof. But imagine allowing French people into your country. Oh, God. Disgusting. Can you do an impression of me rocking? No. Confirmed? How? Exactly, Patheist. That song makes me want to die. No, it's a good song. It's a fun song. I might learn it on the guitar, Feral Florida man. Impression of Backwards Hat Dougie pulling up to Beanie Dougie's house on his BMX, wearing his tap out t-shirt and Echo baggy pants, asking him to hang out and drink a fireball. Oi, Beanie Dougie, mate, you want to come drink fireballs with me and watch UFC 38 High Voltage? I live in the deep woods out of town and seen many black bears. Worst kind, always stealing. Oh, okay. That's not actual bears you were talking about. And I've had many scary cougar encounters in live. Very rare to get actually attacked. This is already too much that you're ascribing, Christian Grey. Disgusting water brag. That was delicious, actually. Stop blurting out the water brag. Dude, that was a good one. Now you're telling me that you're integrated with the white trash DNA. Your facial hair actually grows on its own white trash like that. From Film Dojo. Right, from Joe Derte. Yeah, this is actually how my white trash hair grows. It's very weird, isn't it? It will not grow there. Look, it's all puby there. It's beautiful and thick at the front, but there, nothing. It's weird, isn't it? I think it's cool. It's very John Wick type facial hair. Thank you, Johnny. I mean, I can't do anything about it. It's how my face looks. So we sort of just got to roll along with it every single day, don't we? You can't change how you look. It's just how you look. Impression of Oral Bly not getting the call to fight the Bronx because Hunter forgot the smoke signals. And Charles Oliveira is looking for someone to replace him on short notice. We've put the call out, yet we have not heard back from Oral Bly. Big Ben will be rolling in his grave if he was not alive. Exactly, mate. I have Dougie water brag fatigue. I can't believe you read it. There you go. Impression of Backwards Hat Dougie asking OG Dougie for a ride to his job at McDonald's. Mate, I got to get to fucking Macca's, mate. Will you drop me off? Take an Uber, you lazy cunt. I couldn't imagine letting French people here have their own province, for fuck's sake. Exactly right, Christian Grey. Some of Chael's videos aren't even hitting 3K. No fucking way. Chael's videos don't even hit 3K anymore? Get out of here. Dude, what happened to Francis? We are going to get into that. We are going to get into that. Oliver's chain. Welcome. We are going to get into that. So there have been changes. In fact, let's get into it now. While the chat spurg out. Let's get into it now. So there have been changes to the PFL. Here we go. This is from the PFL CEO. Historically, the PFL crowned champions through its season or tournament format, where the winner held the title for that year. This was, by the way, chat, this was retarded. Because you would have a champion during the Christmas break when nobody was fighting, and then at the start of the tournament the next year, the champion would be stripped. We continue from the PFL CEO, Mark Shearman, or whatever his name is. Anyway, where are we up to? Throughout its season in tournament format, where the winner held the title for that year, I recognize that this created some confusion about who truly sat atop of each division. That confusion continued to grow when the PFL and Bellator merged, bringing in not only the tournament champions, but also legacy Bellator champions who defended their own belts, leaving fans unclear on who was the definitive champion of each weight class. We are now simplifying our champion system. Going forward, each division will have one PFL world champion, the single undisputed title holder for that weight class. What happens to the tournament winner? Is the tournament winner a champion, or do they just win the PFL tournament 2025 and then the champion has got to fight people during the year that are busy in the tournament or that have lost the tournament? Like, do you fight in the tournament during the year, but the champion's got to fight someone during the year? So are people getting knocked out of the tournament and then they can fight the champ? It's the PFL. It's retarded. Anyway, we move on. You saw this recently when Castello Van Steen scored a last 2-second win over Johnny Eblin to become the PFL middleweight world champion. The next world title fights are obviously Usman Nurmagomedov versus Paul Hughes 2 for the PFL lightweight world championship. So I don't understand what happens to the guy that just won the PFL tournament at lightweight. And down here on December 13th, Vadim Nenkov versus Renan Fiera for the PFL heavyweight world championship. We also know that there has been confusion around the unique distinctions in the past, like a super fight title won by Francis Ngannou. This was a special one-time designation going forward. Those belts may be used for only occasional special events, and importantly, I will be engaging directly with Francis to determine what is next for him in the PFL. The goal is clear: one champion, one division, one title. A system that is simple for the athletes to chase and for the PFL fans to follow. So it seems like Francis Ngannou will no longer be the PFL Heavyweight World Championship, having not lost it to anybody. Therefore, he is being stripped of it. And the tournament league is becoming essentially useless. I'll go back and read everybody's chats. I don't understand what the fuck the PFL are doing. There we go. Okay, let's read everybody's chats. I love the we did that one. We did that one. We did that one. Canada has that one. Impression of that one. I live deep in the woods. We did that one. Stop blurting it out. Now that you're telling me so, we did that one. Here we go. Impression of backwards hat, Dougie, asking OG. We did that one. Okay, here we go. We're gonna catch up. Don't worry about that, boys. I know where we're up to. Dougie, I modded my... Alright, here we go. Cool. Wait. Some of Chael's videos aren't even hitting 3K. That is embarrassing for Chael Sonnen. It really is. Not embarrassing for me, but embarrassing for Chael Sonnen. Dougie, I modded my Undisputed 3. Now I have modern UFC on the PS3. That's fucking awesome, Friendless Norseman. How did you do that? Dougie's a shell for big water. I am, mate. Oriental and Quebec votes are the only ones that matter, so we always get Liberals and now the Jubilees in every beach taking a dump. Well, that's what Liberals lead to. Poo everywhere. Happened in San Francisco and it's happening all over the world. You can get facial surgery. You could get facial surgery. That is true. President Backwards Hat Dougie coming over to Evil Dougie's house with Xbox 360 and start smoking weed out of an apple. Mate, do you want to play some Xbox, mate? Give us that apple there. The facial hair looks good. Thank you, Pabro. I appreciate that. You can get it so your head is less egg-shaped. I like my egg-shaped head. Thank you, Farrell, Florida man. You can definitely change how you look. Yeah, I guess I could shave and get facial surgery. That's true. Australia has nothing on a land that will chase you down, kill you, and eat you. North America has at least 3. I know. We've got spiders and snakes. They have bears and lions and mountain lions and all sorts of crazy shit. Square off the jawline a bit. Okay, it's getting a bit gay now. Fabio likes the facial hair because he wants to... Okay. Remember when Sail by Antoine hit the radio waves? Blame it on my ADHD, baby. Oh, I do remember. Sail! Dun, 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 dun. Well done, QP, on getting a job. I'm proud of you, brother. Shout out to QP. Feed in the chat for QP for getting a job. Do not regime the H1B. Also, guys, stop bullying Indians when they come onto the channel. There was a new Indian that came onto the channel yesterday, and you guys bullied the fuck out of them until they left the Discord. Stop bullying Indians, okay? They're human beings. I know they don't act like it, but they are, so leave them alone. Chael's only comments are asking him for boobs and vagine pic. I believe that. Usman, where am I to? Usman versus Paul, again, they really making that fight because it's all they have. That is all they have. That is the only fight in the UFC versus Dakota Ditchever. We will be picking Dubronx over Gamrot. Will we, Music Lover? Maybe. Why not? Maybe. I don't know if we will. Brazilians winning in 2025 aren't a good mix. Gamrot in the 4th. You see what I'm saying? Like, Brazilians are not having a good year. I genuinely thought Corey Anderson was dead. I know. I was surprised to see her again in the fucking trailer for what was going on December 13th. Impression of backwards hat Dougie getting blackout drunk at OD Dougie's birthday and hitting on an 18-year-old at the party. How you going there, sweetheart? Mate, that's my fucking daughter. She just turned 18. Stop it. The Pujit Fighting League. There you go. Just do what Pride did. Make the championships and tournaments separate trophies. That's exactly what they should do, Friendless Norseman. And I think that's what they're going to do moving forward. But then again, you still need the champion to fight someone 2 to 3 times a year during the year. And if you've got all your contenders in the tournament, what are you fucking doing? October 3 is Paul Hughes versus Nurmagomedov 2. Dougie promoting the PFL more than they are. There you go, Mr. C. To see MMA, Joey. This is an MMA channel. And notice how I don't just bitch about the UFC. I talk about other MMA organizations when there's news about it, MMA, Joey. You see? If you fucking hate the UFC so much, MMA, Joey, make content about the other MMA organizations. But I forgot, you don't do it for money and clicks, do you? You do it because you do breaking news that needs to be done, don't you, MMA Joey? Not for money and clicks. Okay. Okay, Joey. Impression of Beanie Dougie telling Backwards Hat Dougie to get his life together. Mate, you need to get your fucking life together. Okay. And it will be Ngannou versus Bellator's all champion for the new belt. That's the thing, Capathius. They haven't said anything about what they're doing with Ngannou. In fact, they're implying that there is only going to be one heavyweight world championship and Francis Ngannou isn't involved in it. That's what they're saying down at the bottom, Capathius. They're saying, we also know there's been confusion around the super fight title won by Francis Ngannou. That was a one-time designation. Going forward, it may be used for occasional special events. We're going to engage directly with Francis. So they're just going to give Francis his own belt to defend outside of their heavyweight system, is what I'm sort of getting from this. But the goal is clear. Only one champion, one division, and one world title. Except for Francis, where it may be used for occasional special event. They don't know what they're doing. The PFL, just quite simply, the PFL do not know what they are doing. Mgumbu, like Scrooge McDonald and a bunch of sand dollars, is Scrooge McDuck jumping around a bunch of sand dollars. There you go. Where am I up to? Where am I up to? There it is. What's up, Dougie? I got locked in and got a job. Well done, QP. I'm proud of you, mate. Snakes are a lot more dangerous than sharks. No, they're not. Sharks are way more dangerous. Dye the beard blonde? Absolutely not. That is gay. L Indians, be nice to the Indians. I downloaded a mod pack and an emulator from Undisputed Forever Discord server. That is sick. That is sick, Friendless Norseman. That is sick, mate. I only bully the Indians that live near me. Stop it. Was it you guys or was it just me? I don't know, but there was a lot of bullying going on in the Discord. And I am a man of free speech, so I'm not going to ban anyone for bullying, but just don't be cunts. Anybody can do it, but you need a good PC to run it. What are you implying, Friendless Norseman? That my brand new Aftershock PC isn't very good? Because it isn't. Because you'd be right, Norseman. It isn't very good. I'm actually still scared of Oliveira. I'm actually still scared for Oliveira. I thought Fiziev was going to KO him. Yeah, I like Che's breakdown of it. Like, it's not an easy fight for Oliveira to win, but it is. Che has a good breakdown. I like Che's breakdown. I don't know if I'm going to pick Oliveira or Gamrot yet. I don't like I side with Nacho here. So I like Che's pick. And I like what Nacho's saying here. Like, Gamrot didn't look great against Gaethje. And Gaethje is not Gaethje, against Dan Hooker. And Dan Hooker is a shitter version of Charles Oliveira. But Charles Oliveira will be happy to throw himself on bottom and chase guillotines, which gives up the wrestling. It's like Charles Oliveira is going to play into Gamrot's game and end up on his back. Impression of Backwards Hat Dougie getting into a fight with a bunch of 12-year-olds at a skate park. Fucking come here, you young cunts. Old man, leave us alone. I made quesadillas and quesadillas. Michael Quesadillas. I made Michael Quesadillas today and Mexican rice, and my stomach feels like it's gonna fucking explode. Been there. Impression of Zesty Dougie getting the ick from Backwards Hat Dougie. How you going, mate? Oh no, thank you. Is that a shot at Guru? No, that was literally a shot at MMA Joey. I was literally talking directly to MMA Joey. Impression of Sideways Hat Dougie going to the hood and saying, I'm finna plaster everything in here, man. You talking to my sister like that? You fucking talking to my sister? You gonna bleach my sister? Get out of here, man. Spread peanut butter on it and call the dog over. There you go, tasteful thickness. We're all degenerate worms compared to the one true God. Exactly. You need that drop of Trump saying they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You understand that? They've been fucking organizing the PFL World the PFL have been organizing their world champions for so long, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. So true, Capathius. That is perfect for that one, man. You can get anti-venom from a hospital. You can't get anti-shark bite anywhere. Exactly. And sharks, they come at you while you're at your most vulnerable, naked in the water, skinny dipping with a blonde. Dougie's trying to rage me because anyone with common sense can see that the statistic crime rate between steaks and shark. Okay. Impression of Backwards Hat Dougie meeting some black guys and challenging them to a rap battle. Mate, I have a vocabulary. Do you want to out-rap each other? What are you going to do? Mumble at me? It's not good enough. You just need a 960 graphics card. No, it's good enough. You just need a 960 graphics card or higher. I don't know what that means, but I assume I've got one. Bro has a name brand PC. I don't own a computer. Bro has a name brand. It's called Aftershock. It's made by some cunt in Sydney. Been way more deaths in recent years from sharks than there have been from snakes. Yeah, sharks are obviously worse than snakes. Wake up, guys. Just don't try and install it and run it without a graphics card. I'm sure I've got a graphics card. Did Scamrot look worse against Hooker, or did Hooker improve? I'm thinking the latter. And has Charles Oliveira regressed since then as well? You know, that was nearly a year ago now, Eric. Charles is getting worse. I know. It's a dangerous fight. Dan Hooker is a shitter version of Oliveira. The stand-up kickboxer with no grappling is a shitter version of a jiu-jitsu master of Muay Thai. Stand-up. In the stand-up sort of realm, you know. They made a full 29.6... What the fuck are we talking about here? They made a full 28 gigabyte plug-in, and I ran even use my Xbox controller with a PS3 emulator. That's fucking amazing. That is fucking amazing. Beanie Dougie would nibble on backwards hats. Dougie bought a meal. Disgusting. Thoughts on wasabi peas? Delicious. I used to smash them as a kid. Sharks prefer fatty, high-energy prey like seals, lions, and large fish. We humans are too bony and lean. Not enough fat for them to consider us good food, but they will take a nibble to see if you are a fatty, high-energy, lean seal. Dougie, how would you describe backwards hat Dougie? He thinks Beanie Dougie's a stoner. Evil Dougie wants to stab everyone. Backwards hat Dougie thinks he's a lot younger than he is and is coping with the fact that he's getting old and his body hurts simply getting out of bed. He's that meme. What's up, fellow youths? The PFL is less organized than Dougie's fighter matrix strength. Dude, my fighter matrices are the shit. The fighter matrices are the absolute best, mate. Don't even fucking stop, mate. The fighter matrixes. Also, that's the first bit of news, is that Francis Ngannou is no longer going to be fighting for the PFL heavyweight title. So what the fuck is going on? They don't know. Now we move over to the second bit of news. The Perth government, what is this? The Perth government, the Australian government, literally what is this button? Why is this here? Oh, I don't know what I've done. Anyway, doesn't matter. The Western Australian government pays for the UFC to go there, and it's not going well. And now the media are like, "What the fuck are we paying for if no one's going to the UFC?" Let's watch it together, chat.
The WA government's financial investment in cage fighting is in question tonight, with poor ticket sales to a UFC event this weekend. UFC Fight Night is being staged at RAC Arena, but the venue is only about half full and tickets are now being discounted.
Ultimate Fighting Championship is back in town.
Fuck that shit. Fucking welcome to country. Gay shit. Fucking. There you go. So UFC Perth ticket sales have been poor. We are only halfway sold out right now. The arena is only halfway sold out, and now ticket prices are getting absolutely slashed, mate. Slashed. Okay, let me jump back in over here, chat. And we'll continue to read some chats. Dougie admitting he can't swim. I can swim really well. Feral Florida, man. Really well. I always go swimming with fat chicks, so the sharks go after them instead. Mr. C understands. Mr. C is being very clever. What's up, Yog? How are you, man? I hope that you're well, brother. Would you rather lick Alexa Grasso's feet every day for life or live in India for life? I would rather lick Alexa Grasso's feet. I would rather wake up every morning and give Alexa Grasso's foot one big long lick than to ever go back to India again. Okay, thank you, Chris. 5 people a year die from sharks. Thousands and thousands die from snakes. And people arguing that sharks are as dangerous as the same type who say, okay, feral Florida, man. Oliveira is getting TKO'd with a Polish sorcery. Shark tastes good. I don't think I've ever had shark. Oh, no, we have had shark. Most of the fish and chips in Australia is shark. Most of the time when you get fish and chips in Australia, when you get a flake, you're getting shark. Oliveira is getting TKO'd with Polish injury sorcery. Maybe, dude. Again, Oliveira's coming off a chinning, you know? Not 2 months ago, 3 months ago. Oliveira's been brutally chinned. And now he's going to go in there and strike with Gamrot. I don't know, mate. Gator also tastes good. Now, gator I haven't had, but most times when you get fish and chips in Australia, it's getting shark. This proves Serbians are black since they can't swim without a coat. So I swim. I've got great swimming. Great swimming. Bald Dougie is a rate. I'm not balding, Eric. I've got great hair. Fat chicks taste good. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. The skinnier the girl, the sweeter the juice. How's it going? How are you, Jim? How are you, mate? I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're doing well. Much love to Jim, and well done to you, man, for saying that you needed to chat to people. Condolences to you and your family, Jim. I hope that everyone is doing okay, man. Rattlesnakes and bull sharks both taste like a slightly more chewy chicken. Ew, disgusting. President Backwards Hat Dougie showing up to the rugby team tryouts. Mate, I'm here to play some rugby with the fucking boys, mate. Let's get into it. Dude, you're like 40. Dude, you shouldn't be here, dude. Gamrot's ground and pound is underrated. I think Oliveira has a high chance of getting cut like Dan Hooker. I agree, dude. Like, I can see Oliveira. I can see Gamrot blasting a single or a double or going for a low, you know, nice and low. Oliveira trying to snap something up and play a fun defensive jiu-jitsu game on bottom. And he spends a lot of the time on bottom while Gamrot just rains down ground and pound. I can really see that happening to Oliveira. Dougie's fighter matrix streams have less energy than Tatiana Suarez, less engagement than a Tatiana Suarez. Don't make me do a fucking fighter matrix right now, Justin Kennedy. I'll whip out a fighter matrix. I'll whip one out for Gamrot and Oliveira right now, mate. I'll unzip and get my matrix out right now. They have more tense meat because they are predators, not prey. What are you talking about? Sharks or snakes? Flake does, not the way Scandinavians eat it. Flake does, not the way that Scandinavians eat it. Yeah, I know Carpathius, but that's like a thing that most people don't know. Like when they come to Australia and they order fish and chips, they think they're getting fish, but you're actually getting shark. That guy looks like a stick puppet. He does. And you can't get copyright for the news. Who the fuck is that guy? That guy is an Australian news anchor. Why is Dougie showing us his local Boomer news station? Because the Boomer news station is reporting that no one in Perth gives a fuck about the UFC for $700 to sit at the back row. And now all the liberals are like, why the fuck is the government paying for the UFC to come to Perth? Because the government pay the UFC a huge site fee. And now the liberals are like, cage fighting? Listen to them. Cage fighting? They don't even call it MMA. They try and make it sound as inflammatory as possible.
The WA government's financial investment in cage fighting is in question tonight with...
Like, who the fuck calls it cage fighting? It's MMA. But no, the bitch-ass liberal media have to... And look at, like, the fiery and the red in the background. They try and make it seem as... This is just how to read the media 101. Cage fighting? Shut up. Gays. I'm gonna get in trouble. I shouldn't be talking about the media like this in Australia. These fucking gays in Perth trying to make it sound as bad as they can. Fucking liberals. Alright, anyway, if we're gonna get our channel shut down, we're gonna go down with burning in flames. Dougie's Fighter Matrix, we did that one. They have more we did that one. 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 Is it because it's a fight night and not a pay-per-view? Yeah, it's not just because it's a fight night, Eric. It's because it's a dog shit fight night. Like, there's no good names on it. There's fucking Jamie Malarkey and Justin Tuffer and Jake Matthews. Like, we have Steve Ursig and Dan Hooker and and Israel Adesanya. You understand? And JDM and Alexander Volkanovski. We have some of the greatest fighters in the world down south in Australia and New Zealand, and we are being rewarded with a co-main event of Jack fucking Jenkins, who I really like. I really like Jack Jenkins, but he is not a and Shittaker and Robert Whittaker. I really like Jack Jenkins, but he is not a co-main event for a $700 for the back row arena. Get fucked, UFC. God. Damn, Backwards Hat Dougie seems a lot less fun and depressing than the other version of the cunt Dougies. I agree, mate. I can probably agree. Great, more Apex cards. Yeah, if they can't bother selling tickets, they'll just do Apex cards. Don't look at us like I'll look at you whoever I want, Eric. We acknowledge the rightful owners of this land, but now they could fuck off grass. Yeah, but if they could get the fuck off the grass, we need to set up. Yeah, I know. Carpathia is fucking that bullshit. There'll be like 150 people there tops. Yeah, exactly, mate. Exactly. I bet Alexa Grasso's feet have fungal infections between her big toes. She probably does from all the semen that's being coated between there. I'd rather lick Alexa Grasso's feet every day than live in India. I agree with Yog for that one. Yeah, Yog was right about that one, Ali. Actually, sharks aren't dangerous. They're wonderful, misunderstood creatures. Yeah, shut up. Fish and chips where I'm from is fresh grouper and snapper. Nice, mate. Yeah, where we're from, it's shark. Not anymore, unfortunately. It's usually whiting because of the high mercury levels in real flake. There you go. Some places still do it, and it's much better. All right, there you go. There you go. Gator is fucking delicious. We should try a gator one day when I come to America. I'll go to Florida and hang out with real Florida man, and he can cook me up some gator. Impression of backwards hat Dougie ordering a corn dog at a fancy restaurant. So you can't wear the backwards cap in here. Oh, I will wear the backwards cap. Now bring me the kids menu with corn dogs for dessert. Whiting or Dory? Poor Dory. Falling behind warning. I'm getting there, Eric. Don't worry about it. Dougie is lying. He loved India and he is going to build his compound in New Delhi. Absolutely not. I do not want the walls overflowing with shit. I am not that far behind, by the way, Eric. What's up? Help me. How are you, brother? I just scrolled it. I'm not that far behind. This is nothing. I've been way more behind. Fucking chill out, man. But thank you for producing the show. Like the stream, boys. Like the stream. And shout outs to Eric, the best producer in the business. Where the fuck am I up to? Here we go. I'm going to take Dougie out in my dad's boat and we're going to catch a 150-pound marlin. I like that a lot. With our hands. Is that thing they do in Florida where they stick their hand into the river and pull the fish out? Further behind than your hairline. My hairline's great. My hairline's absolutely great. Fucking gorgeous hairline. Thick. Beautiful. You can tell Dougie has eaten out a few fatties in his day by the way he cringed at the memory of getting his head stuck between those two thighs. Sometimes, Mr. C, you've got to do what you've got to do. And when you are down there working away, it would honestly be easier to hang a house full of plaster than to get one of those Jabba the Hutts off. No balls, do a fighter matrix. I'll do a fucking fighter matrix, Justin Kennedy. Don't make me. I've caught a few sharks before. Fun to get, but kind of meh to eat. There you go. You ain't got the courage to do a fighter matrix. I'll do a fucking Alexa Grasso fighter matrix right now. I'll do a Verna Jandaruba fucking fighter matrix right now. Don't make me, mate. I'll do a Claudia Gadelia fighter matrix right fucking now, cunt. Shark is poor Asian people food. Not very good. Way better fish than you can eat. The fuck part is they actually cut the shark fits off and throw them back into the water. Ew, that is horrible. We've all eaten mystery meat. Hasn't given me intestinal worms yet. I remember when I was 17 years old. Or 18 years old. I was young. Very young. And I was very drunk. And I went to the local servo at 3 in the morning. And I got a burger in a can. A can. We had to pop the can top off. And inside of it was a burger sitting in the can. Bread, meat, lettuce, tomato, everything. A canned burger. I don't know what the meat was. Fuck me, was I sick the next day, and I don't think it was the alcohol. I got Gamrot by 3rd round, telekinesis to finish the... Very good, Chris. Very close. Dougie ducking the fighter matrix for real. I'll do a fucking fighter matrix, don't make me. The guys in Perth live rent-free in Dougie's head. They do. I like Perth. President backwards hat Dougie, pulling up to Voltrum and trying to show him his Tai Chi and Kung Fu moves. Volk, you don't know what to do, mate. Mate, I'll teach you, mate. I went to kids Taekwondo. I went to kids Tai Chi, mate. Dominic Cage fight. Dominic Cage fight. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Don't forget Robert Whittaker. I'd never forget Robert Whittaker. I've seen enough. Import 3,000 Indians again. Flood them into Perth streets. We have grilled it into your mind. I shouldn't have said Shittiker, but I did, and I meant Whittaker. God, I very much dislike the Jays media. I know. Also, when is it legit flake? It's not any old shark. There's a couple of small kinds, but they're good eating. Mainly the guppy shark. There you go. Carpathius knows his business up there from Tasmania. Moved all the way up to Queensland. He knows his business. You are far behind. I'm not that far behind. Bosh. Further behind than you have. I'm doing great. Well, mate, I sent that one message 10 minutes ago. You just read it. No, I'm doing fine. Don't worry about it. I've caught up. You see, I'm here. I didn't realize I had so much to say about fly. I know, Carpathius. You really got into the fish and chip conversation. Unlike Christian fucking Grey. Where's the channel, Chris? Fish and chips. Zero content. I made a cooking video while camping. Distance between the eyebrows and the hairline is greater than the Atlantic Ocean. Mate, Mate, look at that. It's beautiful. There's a couple of fingers. That's 3 fingers. That top of the eyebrow to the hairline, that's 3 fingers. That's how it should be. Impression of backwards hat Dougie trying to convince OG Dougie that he has a perfect hairline and physique. We've still got it, mate. We're still young and virile, mate. I don't think we are, mate. Man, I need all the dried skin off Valentina's desert dry lips every day. Just don't have to see another Ghibli. All right. A burger in a can is so dystopian. It really is. It was disgusting. Canned burger sounds rancid. It was disgusting. Dougie's shivering at the thought of doing a Matrix right. I'll do a Matrix right now. Dougie, should I apologize to the Indian woe man in the disco? No, don't apologize. Just stop being a cunt. Never apologize. Never, ever apologize to a woman. Oh my god, never apologize to a woman. Impression of backwards hat, Dougie. Finally getting a date, but pulls out the canned burger. Where are we going tonight? Oh, we're going back to my place. I've already got dinner ready. Ariel Hawani has reacted to the PFL news. It appears as though common sense has finally returned to the PFL, says Ariel Hawani. PFL acquired Bellator in 2023. It took them 675 days to realize the fans don't know what the hell the stakes were. It was unforgivable. Don Davis, bad move. We reportedly looked at the metrics and based on SEO optimization, we feel that 9 different promotions with multiple different champions at the same weight class instead of one is actually the correct method of delivering MMA in a digital landscape. Yeah, but he's an idiot. That's right. Jake Paul is still on the roster of the PFL. This still doesn't clear up how it's going to work with the tournament during the year. Like, this, let's say, right, let's just use lightweight. Let's say Paul Hughes wins the lightweight title. Let's say Paul Hughes wins the lightweight title in October. Well, then Paul Hughes will need to fight again for the belt. October, November, December, January. He's going to need to fight again in February. The PFL's tournament kicks off in February. So you're going to have a separate group of lightweights in the tournament, and then the top 5 lightweights in PFL fighting as contenders to fight Paul Hughes. All right. So then Paul Hughes fights in February against one of the contenders of the PFL. He's going to want to fight again in July. So you're going to have a top 5, top 10 ranking of the PFL with the tournament going on at the same time. They're retarded. Dougie ducking the Matrix more than Chris is ducking the cooking. Exactly right. Dana White facing $3 million loss in this weekend's card. I blame the fighters. Take it out of their fight. But I blame this is the fighter's fault. It's Justin Tuffer's fault for not being more exciting. We should take it out of his. Oh, God. Oh, also, chat, I think I have to give up hope. I think it's time for me to give up. Rafael Fiziev. What's up? Fuck your feelings. How are you, man? Do I collect the UFC cards? No, I don't. It'd be fun, though. I do like card collecting. I think I need to bail on being a Rafael Fiziev fan. I don't think he's going to ever make anything of it. I think he has got Sean O'Malley bones and ligaments. I don't think he's gonna make it as a contender. I can't push 100%. This is my dream fight, but I already have a couple of surgeries on my knee, and it's a big risk to go in with an injured knee right now. So his knee is fucked again. It's over. It's over for Fiziev. It sucks, and I don't like it. I don't like it. All the talk with the Matrix, I heard Lucas Tracy did a better one. Fucking Lucas Tracy stole my idea again. Classic Lucas. Ain't do nothings will be the first. I ain't do nothings. I ain't do nothing muffins will be my first recipe posted on Crip. Fucking post anything at this point, Chris. President backwards hat Dougie flexing he's smoking weed on his Snapchat story. Oh yeah, mate. Fucking get that up there, mate. Dougie, what are you doing? We have to go to work tomorrow. Chris, don't forget, We Was Kings chicken wings. Just as good, glad the appetizer and dessert. Yeah, there you go. PFL is trying to do a league and a tournament style football leagues do, where they have the regular season going to where they play for points and the tournament is that single elimination. Fiziev needs no, Eric. So PFL is trying to do a league and a tournament style like football leagues do, where they have the regular season going to where they play for points and the tournament that is the single elimination. The only way the tournament can work is if the entire tournament is people who are not in the top 15 of the PFL rankings. And I don't know how deep the PFL's lightweight division is. Like, how many fighters do the PFL have on their roster? Holy shit, the PFL don't even own their fucking website. The PFL.com isn't even their website. Fucking hell. Oh my god. What is the PFL's website? They don't even own PFL.com. Fuck me, they are dead in the water. What is the PFL's PFL MMA? PFLMMA.com. They're fucked. They're fucked. Okay, so how many fighters are on the roster? Fighters. So this is the problem, right? It's PFL MMA. You go to fighters, then you need to choose which league the fighters are in. The World Tournament League, the Champion Series League, the PFL Europe League, PFL MENA League. What the fuck is the PFL MENA League? And then the PFL Africa League. So they don't even... So the people fighting for the belts aren't the same fighters in the world tournament. So they have different leagues, but now they're only going to have one belt. Lightweight. They got 8 fighters in the world lightweight tournament. 8 fighters. And in the championship series at lightweight, they've got 10 lightweights on the roster. The PFL literally has 10 lightweights on the roster. Between the championship series and the world tournament, the PFL has 10 lightweight. I'm not shitting you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Championship series. Lightweight. 2. They are running multiple tournaments with 10 lightweight fighters. Alright. I'm sorry, chat. I'm actually fucking speechless. I didn't realize their fucking roster was that I'll read chats, but fucking hell. That's what I mean. That is the most common division of fighters. I'll go back and read from the top, so I make sure I get everyone's chats. I did not know they were that fucking shallow. They have 10 lightweights. Jesus Christ. Alright, let me go back. Oh my god. Impression of Dak. What's that guy? We just got that one. Holy shit. PFL is trying to do a league and a tournament. Fucking insane. Fiziev needs... Okay, there we go. Just fix it. Impression of backwards hat Dougie making fun of Fiziev's injury, but then he pulls his ankle. Mate, I'd never fucking do that. Oh, fuck me ankle. I think the PFL should crown a new champion every 3 months, not each year, and make it a promotion for every country instead of every continent. I think, yeah, Mr. C, that's what they should do. They should do a new champion every 3 months and do one every country. Exactly. Sorry to be lazy, but I just coined and I can't find anything has been stripped for sure. What was the thing on that? No worries, install driver 39. I'm sorry that it only took me this long to get to your chat. So we were covering the news from the PFL.com, and the PFL have now said that they are aligning. What is this shit on the side of my screen, and how do I get rid of it? There we go. Right, we were covering the news from this, and the PFL have said down the bottom here, my goal is clear: one champion, one division, one world title, a system that is simple and safe for the athletes to chase, the PFL and the fans to follow. Now, you'll notice that on December 13, it is Vadim Nemkov versus Renan Ferreira for the PFL World Heavyweight Championship. So they are leaving Francis Ngannou out of the one title picture, which implies that Francis Ngannou has been stripped. They also say there is confusion around Francis Ngannou. They're talking with Francis to see what is next for him with the PFL. So the PFL don't know what the fuck to do with Francis is essentially what's going on, so they're stripping him. Right, let's jump back in. I agree that doesn't work for fighting. It really doesn't work for fighting, man. I knew Dougie wouldn't do a Matrix all talk. That I will do a Matrix, Justin Kennedy. Don't worry about that, mate. They're going to have to whip them and force them to fight every 3 months. That's what I mean. It just isn't... There isn't enough fight. Dude, they barely have enough fighters for a tournament. They have 10 fighters. Probably like 200. They're probably 20. They fight probably 30 of the 200. Dude, I don't know what they've got installed driver. I really thought Raphael would be the future champ at the beginning of his UFC career. I know Christian Grey, but it looks like he's just going to be another Raphael fizzle out. That sucks. Raphael fizzle out. President Backwards Hat Dougie asking the fancy sushi restaurant if they have any canned burgers. So what would you like to order today? Do you have any canned burgers, mate? I wonder if the PFL makes more money than the PFL. Saudi money rules. There you go. Saudi slavery forced them to fight. I agree, Eric. Fucking whip them. Look like you won't even be the top 5 contender. Dude, they don't even have a fucking... They have 10 athletes. They have 10 fucking lightweights. Who is the better business model, PFL or Aftershock? Honestly, Aftershock. MENA, Middle East. Is that what that means? The Middle East. PFL MENA is the Middle East. Dougie's shaking in his boots because he knows I'm taking that number 10 ranking of the PFL, yeah. Apparently they have 64 fighters for the main tournament. No info outside of that. Well, they've got 64 fighters for the main tournament, but that is split across fighters, world tournament. That is split across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 divisions. 64 fighters split across 8 divisions. Oh, man. No? Okay, fine. All good. Let's move on. Sobering reminder that our sport really is that small. Our sport is fucking tiny, mate. 35 years is nothing, I know. We have 1/3 of all the top 15 fighters in the world. Don Davis is the king of statistics. Don Davis is retarded. He's retarded. He's retarded. The most common division for fighters, that's fucking wild. It is, mate. So was Dana right about Ngannou after all this time? I would say that, yes, Dana White was correct about Francis Ngannou. And I think the big giveaway that Dana White was correct about Francis Ngannou after all this time was the fact that Francis forced the PFL to do PFL Africa, and he couldn't be bothered to show up because it wasn't good enough for him. They don't have a top 10, they have a top 3, literally installed driver. They don't even have a top 10. Dougie's still ducking the gate trick. No. Did we crash out? Is there a reason the chat has stopped moving? Probably crashed out. Still says excellent here. Live. Shall we go to live? No, still here. Just no one in chat is talking. Okay. That's all good. Francis. Okay, that's not. When you made that face, the Raphael Fiziev joke, was that you taking a dump face or your orgasm face, or are they the same? They're the same face. It's the same. They're literally the exact same face. That's all the news. Oh, right. This is one last piece of news that I wanted to cover with you guys. One last piece of news. Wrong. That one. They are literally deciding where they go to from now on by whether or not a city pays them to be there. If we've got a St. Louis up against a Des Moines, Iowa, if you want us back there and you've sold out and broken records in both your arenas, you have to pay for us to come back there. Otherwise, we are just going to take it to another town. This is the TKO Group's Mark Shapiro on where the UFC picks to go. This is how the UFC decide where they are going from now on, which is why that news article was so interesting from the Australians down in Perth, because the Perth government, the Western Australian government, pays the UFC to go there, and that is all the UFC are interested in from now on. They essentially want to be the F1 or the tennis open. You know, you fucking pay us to be in your city, otherwise we're not going to bother being there anymore. Confirmed by this dickhead, Mark Shapiro. Mark Shapiro is also the same dickhead who said the fans at home can't tell the difference between the Apex and an arena. Like, apparently to us at home, the Apex and the crowd at Paris, exactly the same atmosphere on television. Makes no difference to us whether it's in Paris or at the Apex. And the only thing he's worried about is whether or not they get fucking paid to be there. Couldn't give a shit about the crowd at all. At all. At all. Couldn't give a fuck. Everyone left because the Matrix hasn't happened yet. Shut up, dickhead. Impression of that fat guy celebrating after Ngannou over him. I gotta find him. Everyone else's after Sox PC have crashed. No more chat. I know, that's obviously the end of the stream. Do they have the best Kiwis in the world down under, especially in New Zealand? We do have some of the best Kiwis down here. If Francis didn't have a pea brain, okay, that's just rude to Francis. Poor old Francis. Francis didn't have a pea brain, and he realized if he actually promoted the PFL, it would grow. But somehow he expects it to grow without him, despite the PFL giving him tens of millions of dollars. Yeah, like Francis literally does nothing for the PFL, even though the PFL gave him like ownership stakes, especially in PFL Africa as well. And you're right, he should be getting out there, pushing the PFL. Pushing them and helping them grow it. Like, there is something that Bare Knuckle did where Bare Knuckle gives every one of its champions shares in the company. If you win a belt at Bare Knuckle, you get shares in Bare Knuckle, which forces people, or at least encourages people, to go out there and promote Bare Knuckle. But Francis gets given shares in the PFL and he does sweet fuck all. And the PFL pay for Jake Paul to go and be a brand ambassador, and Jake Paul has done sweet fuck all for the PFL. When's the next BKFC? We might do a BKFC stream this Saturday. When's the next BKFC? Yes. This is what we are talking about, boys. Now we're on here. BKFC is coming up. This is what we are talking about. BKFC 81 Manchester. Yes. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, dude. This is what we want to see. BKFC Manchester coming up in 2 days. We might do a live stream for BKFC Manchester. We'll see. We'll see what happens, because I do have to go out on Saturday. So we'll have a look. But we might do a BKFC Manchester stream. Depending on the time. Alright, where am I up to? Both are backwards dumps anyways. Stop it. I worked in a Kiwi farm in New Zealand. I remember they exported all the good ones. They sold tiny ass shit Kiwis at the local supermarkets. They do that. That is very true. They do that. They do the same thing with our meat here in Australia. It's sad, actually. I'll never see the UFC in my city again. My city isn't about to pay them. They'll give them tax cuts. That's about it. Which city are you from? Install Driver 39. I'm serious. Everyone knows the Fighter Matrix is the most accurate content on MMA YouTube. That is literally why Lucas Tracy fucking stole it, mate. Ben Shapiro's right hand. Exactly, brother. Exactly. Fucking Mark Shapiro, Ben Shapiro. Hello, Eric. I wonder what the price tag is for the cities. So the Australians pay them $10 million over 3 events, I think, or over 4 events. We're paying them $10 million over 3 events. Francis made bank and only showed up to work once. Sounds like my kind of guy. Francis gets it. And Dana knew this was going to happen. Dana White was right. Francis has like $20 or $30 million in the bank now. He's out. Yes, he is. Well, why should he continue to work? Conor is literally a coke addict and does a better job at promoting the BKFC than Francis ever did with PFL. Honestly, true. Not the AM, bro. Like, Conor getting on the fucking sauce at the press conferences does way more than Francis did. Francis literally talked down PFL Africa. He said he wasn't going to be bothered being there because it wasn't good enough. Why would you say that? Burger King food challenge? What's the food challenge, Justin Kennedy? I forgot about Jake Paul and the PFL thing. That motherfucker still hasn't done shit, not one fight. At least they got one fight with like 10 pay-per-view buys for Francis. Yeah, at least Francis did a pay-per-view, which did sell. Actually, funnily enough that you say that, Install Driver. It literally was 10K buys. That's what they reported, 10K buys. Sad, isn't it? Tell us about that time you got up into the punch-up at the parking lot of bloody Red Rooter, mate. No. Told you, mate. Keep Oliveira's out of your name. The lion doesn't duck. He hunts. We, the MMA YouTube community, forced him to take that fight. He tried to duck. He tried to duck it. And we bullied him into taking it, K-Dot. This will be a banging UFC card. You're going to watch it live, can't? The main event is a former solo boxer who is a... Well, it all depends, Christian Gray, because I've got to go out during the day on Saturday. So we'll see, my friend. We will see. Maybe I will stream it. Maybe I won't. It all depends if it works up with my schedule. But I'll be live streaming all of UFC Perth this weekend. Although I wouldn't be surprised if no one bothered watching UFC Perth this weekend. BKFC is the back food challenge. No, it's the black food challenge. Stop it. How are you, Mitch? Good to see you, man. I hope that you're well, bro. I hope that you're well, man. If BKFC comes down under, would you try to go to an event? Just missed an amazing BKFC event in Edmonton. The BKFC is coming down under, but again, it's going to be in Perth. And Perth is on the other side of the country. It's like flying all the way from New York to LA just to go watch a BKFC event. I don't have the money to do that, unfortunately. But if it ever comes to Melbourne or Sydney, on my side of the country, I would probably drive the van up to Sydney and go and watch it, yeah. We get imported Aussie beef here. Fucking delicious and cheap. I eat 2 kilos a day so I can grow up to be big and strong. Nice one, Mr. C. Yeah, our meat prices are more expensive than what people in fucking China get our meat for. Crazy. Dude, he's fought Ilya, Islam, Dustin, and Justin. He ain't ducking no zombie head takedown merchant. He literally did an interview, K-Dot, trying to weasel out of the fight. And only after 24 hours of the MMA community giving him shit for it did he sign on the dotted line. He did an interview bitching about how it was a switch up of style on 2 weeks' notice. And nobody know this guy, brother. What am I meant to do, brother? Charles Oliveira tried to duck Gamrot until he got bullied into taking the fight. This is what happened. Thank you, Hap Chandler, for the $1, my friend. I really appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, man. Mobile AL in the USA. We hosted UFC Mobile AL. Mobile Atlanta in the USA. We hosted UFC 17 when I was 6 years old. Awesome, man. They sent some of the fighters for us to open question events, but that's it. Been hoping for a fight night one day. All right. Nice one, dude. Nice one, man. Shout out to Atlanta. Red Rooters is just Aussie KFC. No, it's roasted, not fried, which makes it so much worse. Which is why it's constantly nearly going out of business. Heard it was unreal, like usual. Oh, the BKFC. Yeah, I apparently the BKFC is fucking amazing to go to live. So I do want to go to a live BKFC event, but we just haven't got to yet. Dougie is going to tie a hot air balloon to the van so we can take it to America. Exactly right, Justin Kennedy. What time does this weekend's card start for you? 9 a.m. It's the same time. 9 a.m. in the morning and then 11 a.m. for the main event. So it's really good. Hap just gave the last of his water money. Thank you, Hap. I appreciate that, mate. Thank you. Alabama. Sorry, my bad. Not Atlanta. Australians don't know the different postcodes for all 50 states. 51, 52, 50 states. So we took the fight. Yeah, after we bullied him. Oh, no. Let me read your first message to make sure I got it correct. That was a language barrier. It wasn't a language barrier. I have the short up on my channel where I used an AI translator to translate it word for word. He said he would have preferred not to fight him, but he was still straight up not... He said he would have preferred not to fight him, not that he would straight up not fight him. And the UFC were also trying to get one or other 2 opportunities, which didn't work out. So he took the fight. Listen, K-Dot, I understand you're a big Charles Oliveira fan. That's right. I'm the same. You know, when people badmouth Alexander Volkanovski and JDM, I do the exact same thing. I understand completely. You know, you have to cope. You're a Charles Oliveira fan. Charles tried to duck Gamrot. He was hoping that he could get anybody else, but he had to get Gamrot, and we bullied him into it. The Lion didn't hunt shit. The Lion had to get poked to defend the homeland. The old Lion was being sleepy under the tree, hoping that there would be some easier prey around. But instead, a new, younger, Polish Lion has walked into the Pride Land. Not some lame hyena for him to finish off. That is what happened. I'm sorry, K-Dot. I love you. You're a good member of the channel. I appreciate you. But we bullied him into taking it. That's fair enough. Seems very similar to me wanting to go to UFC Montreal, but it was almost on the other side of the Canada. Yeah, exactly right, Chris. Yeah, it's the other side of the country, so it's not worth it. Mobile, Alabama. Mobile, Alabama. Actually don't have mobile phone reception in Mobile, Alabama. Only got Elon Musk's Wi-Fi. Funnily enough, we don't even have mobiles up here. We still do everything on the landline in Mobile, Alabama. Dougie's gonna get Alabama Hot Pocket for that guy. If Dougie's gonna get an Alabama. What is an Alabama Hot Pocket? That sounds like getting fucked in the ass. Dougie is gonna meet up a tatted up goth chick at BKFC, and we'll never see him again. Probably Mr. C. If only I could be so lucky. Plus, I'm sure fights are hella overpriced to fly over the place down under like here in Canada. But in Europe, you can fly to Denmark from Manchester for like $60. Yeah, so a flight to Perth is... I think a flight to Perth is $300 or $400. So it's $300 or $400 to fly over to Perth. Then I need a hotel room, which will be $300. Then I need the tickets, which will be $700. Then I need to drink. You know, which is like another $300. So it's like $1,000. It's like just over $1,000 for me to go watch Justin Tuffer. No. No. Just no. Just fuck off. No. No. If Trump has his way, it'll be the 51 states when he takes Canada. Damn right. Damn right, brother. We bullied him. He doesn't even know English. What the fuck are you talking about? This is not rage bait, mate. It was done over memes, dude. It was done over memes, man. And also, if you go and watch my first video on it, I was sharing a whole bunch of articles that were in Portuguese from Portuguese fans that were not happy with Charles Oliveira ducking Gamrot. This is not rage. This is how it went down, minute by minute. He was hoping that BSD would step in. BSD bitched out. Gamrot flew over to America, and then Charles Oliveira waited like 3 days trying to weasel his way out of the Gamrot fight until eventually he had to take the fight. I covered it all from the moment Charles pulled out. From when BSD put his net, from when BSD said, I'm looking at this fight, to when Fiziev pulled out, to when BSD said, I'm no longer looking at this fight, to when Gamrot flew all the way to America and started, like, immediately went to America and went to ATT, to Charles Oliveira saying no one's willing to accept this fight, to Gamrot being like, what are you talking about, bitch? I'm here ready to accept this fight. Then it was another 48 hours. Then Charles Oliveira drops the interview where he's like, this is a different style. I don't want this. Oh, no, if only. No, it can't be Gamrot. He's a nobody. What's in it for me? And then 24 hours later, because then I went to bed, and then the next day when I woke up, Charles still hadn't accepted the fight. So then I recorded a new video continuing to abuse Charles Oliveira. And then by the time that video got published and was ready to drop, then, and only then, did the news come out that Charles Oliveira had accepted the fight. I literally covered it hour to hour over a 3 or 4 day period. That's what happened. Not rage bait. That is what happened. Isn't it faster and cheaper to fly to Bali from Melbourne than to fly to Perth from... Yes, it is. It is cheaper to fly to Bali. I don't know about faster, but it is cheaper to fly to Bali, yeah. Should I send the definition of an Alabama Hot Pocket in the Discord? Please don't. Alabama Hot Pockets, don't look at... Oh my god, I don't want to know. You must find yourself a Perth side home for all these sick events and a place to cry. I should. That'd be good. I should get on Perth Tinder. In fact, I should just go to Perth and just find one. That would be easy. Last time I was in Perth, I found one that night. I should just call her. For $1,000, you can go to Bali, get an Airbnb for 2 weeks, drink yourself silly, and get happy endings until you run your balls dry. Exactly right, dude. And go to Muay Thai. I mean, I just do it at Thailand, so you can go to Muay Thai. But that's what I'm saying. There are so many better things in life to spend $1,000 on. So many better things. The Lion doesn't concern himself with peasants' opinion. He's big-ass portraits of himself in his house. Yeah, it just goes to show how big his ego is and why he is so scared of losing to Gamrot at home. I get it, K-Dot. You love Oliveira. The Lion this. The Lion that. Charles Oliveira. Charles the Bronx. The champion has a name. I get it, dude. I fight uphill for Robert Whittaker every day on the stream when chat tries to tear me down. I get it. We're in the same situation, K-Dot. This chat hates Robert Whittaker. They call him the worst champ of all time. I try and argue that he's in the top 25. I get it. I get it. I understand the code. I do. But I covered the story fucking minute by minute. And Charles tried to duck Gamrot. That's what happened. Oh, man. Dougie, check the general in the Discord. I don't know if I want to. What's up, Paul? How are you, man? Good to see you, dude. I hope that you're well. Shalom! Shalom! Yeah, there ain't no way to defend Charles in this situation. I love Oliveira. One of my favorite fighters of all time. But that was some smelly Brazilian shark-like activity. It was, man. He tried to... Pure Polish aura coming from Gamrot. There you go. And he's going to sub Gamrot in 3 rounds too. K-Dot, if he does, feel free to come back to the live stream here and laugh your ass off, dude. Laugh your ass off, man. If Charles Oliveira does submit him, come here and give me the biggest I told you so. Go nuts, man. Justin, this is grounds for a ban. What? What has Justin done now? Dougie, check the general in the Discord. What has he done? Oh, no. Let me check the Discord. All right, let's have a look. An Alabama Hot Pocket. A sexual procedure in which a male and a female couple both partake in it. Well, that's... I mean, you know, at least it starts off wholesome. It's a man and a woman. What's up, Santiago? How are you, dude? Ngannou is a scammer. He is. But, Carif, we're reading about an Alabama Hot Pocket. So, 1 second. The first step is for the male to... and the woman's... Oh, God. And then the couple join in together in... Oh... A close relative to... Oh. Trust the Alabamans to think of something like that. That is something Alabamans would do. That is disgusting. Oliveira's Jiu-Jitsu versus Grandmont Scramble should be a sick matchup stylistically. Yeah, it's going to be a sick fight. It's going to be a fucking awesome fight. It is good, man. Yeah. Shalom! You're not me, buddy. Charles has 2 defense. You're not me. Charles has 2 defense. Charles is better than Robert Whittaker. He's got 2 defense. All right. Thanks, Kato. Federal fucking prison. Man, I hope Charles wins this by KO and retires with a win in Brazil. Me too. That would be the best way for Charles to go. I agree, Christian Grey. Gamer can only win via decision. Charles can KO him, sub him, decision him. What are the odds? I wonder what the odds are, man. I wonder what the odds are. Another title reign starts now. He's not winning another title, dude. When was the last time you rocked a mullet? I've never had a mullet and mustache. I can't pull it off. I don't have that kind of face. I'm glad I was the one to inform Dougie about what an Alabama Hot Pocket is. That's truly fucking disgusting. Truly fucking disgusting. Forward hat Dougie attitude is way different from 20 minutes ago when he was backwards hat Dougie. I know, Eric. It's like a completely different switch up, isn't it? Another kid, another 11 fight wins. K-Dot is fucking... Are you MMA Che? Is MMA Che in here? I know some of you cunts come in here under fucking aliases. I know you do. Che? Have we got Che in here? All right, man. All right. I'd be stressed too, brother. I'd be stressed too. Amin Sarukian, Fatigue Justin. Amin Sarukian, Fatigue Justin Gaethje. Amin Sarukian, Fatigue Justin. I don't know what you're saying, Nitro. Alabama depravity knows no better. I thought you guys were just normal degenerates. Like, you guys all say that you're conservatives in Alabama, and then you end up just fucking your own sister and cousins. You all just fuck each other. But no, you guys are straight up disgusting. By the way, if Gamer wins, give him a title shot. Let it happen. If Gamrot wins, give him a title shot. Off beating Oliveira in 2025, after Oliveira's been chinned. I think he needs one more after that. Oliveira is not what he used to be. Oliveira is not instant title shot worthy. You're talking to JFK. Oh, right. There you go. There you go. All right, cool. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? We're at the end of the stream, aren't we, chat? It's been an hour and a half. We're at the end of the stream. We've reached the natural conclusion to the stream. What are we going to do? There's still a little bit of time left. What are we going to do? Or who should we do is the real question. Who are we going to do? Who are we going to do? What should we do? Who are we going to do is the real question, isn't it, chat? No one is fighting lightweight. Gamer is fighting hooker. No one is fighting at lightweight. Gamer is fighting hooker. Klein and Oliveira on short notice. I know. Like, Gamrot's a fucking savage, man, for jumping in on short notice. Absolutely, dude. I mean, where was Armin Sarukian through all this bullshit? You know what I mean? Got a solid 2 hours for that. There you go. Sent you something on Instagram for after the stream. Oh, okay, fair enough, Eric. Sent you something for Instagram after the stream. I like it, Eric. Thank you, dude. Ooh, who should we do? Should we do Charles Oliveira now that we're talking? Now that Charles Oliveira is coming up, should we do Oliveira? Maybe we should, mate. Maybe it is time. Do I have a flattering photo of Charles Oliveira? Let's have a look through the side reel here. Man, Bilal sent me some photo of Tom at training this week. Tom Aspinall. His boxing is so dog shit. His boxing attack is good, but Tom Aspinall's boxing defense, fucking hell, it is horrible. I'm on duty. Don't torture me with this bullshit. Oh, you're on duty. You don't want to fight a Matrix. What do you want, mate? What do you want, Eric? Armin pussied out after getting in a ghillie, dast, and triangle with it. Armin pussied out after getting put in a ghillie, dast, and triangle within all 3 rounds. I know, dude. Armin's a bitch, mate. Armin's a bitch made YN, for sure. I agree with you on that. Sent you a Connor pick on the gram for before, but thanks, Chris. Appreciate that, mate. If Nacho was here, we'd be very upset. Well, Nacho's not here. It's the school holidays. Nacho's busy with his family. So, sucked in. I can run wild because Nacho isn't here. So, I can do what I want on the stream. Obviously, you should do Alex and Ithainara. Absolutely fucking not. Hack squats and back shots. It's leg day, boy. Get it, Mr. C. I'm proud of you, mate. Well done. Dougie Piggy started his MMA training. Pretty sure it's just DJ trying to cook up another YouTube challenge. Good for him, man. I'm really, really happy for him. I'm happy that he's actually getting out of the house and moving his body and doing something. Hopefully, it will. Have you noticed how Piggy is always depressed? I think it's because Piggy doesn't go out and get enough sunlight. So hopefully, him doing this and hitting the gym will actually increase his mood. You know what I mean? Because being overworked puts you in a good mood. Men are meant to be overworked. We are creatures of testosterone. We're not meant to sit around and be fucking do nothings. Didn't do nothings, don't do nothing. This is not how we are meant to be. You wouldn't say that to Big Tommy Aspinall's face. Well, I would. I'd say, mate, tuck that fucking chin and stop doing the tall guy head movement defense where you just rock your head forward and back. Stop it. We play the Dougie's Corner Fighter Matrix during sex. There you go. That's what's up, mate. You fucking lay her down and you put on some Dougie's Corner and you scroll all the way down the live streams to find the sex one. the Fighter Matrix to play during sex. There we go. We'll do Charles Oliveira. We'll do Charles Oliveira. Boom. Charles du Bronx! Charles du Bronx! Charles du Bronx! Charles Oliveira. Here we go, boys. What is Charles Oliveira as a fighter rated out of 100? Everyone's favorite Dougie's Corner game is back, boys! It's the Dougie's Corner Fighter Matrix! Oh, yeah! This is where the chat really gets locked in. Here we fucking go. We gotta rate everything. If you, K-Dot, have you not been on a Dougie's Corner Fighter Matrix? Oh, mate, you are about to live through an experience. So we are gonna rate Charles Oliveira's striking attack out of 10. His striking defense out of 10. His takedowns out of 10. His takedown defense out of 10. His submissions, his grappling, his ground control, his get-ups, his cardio, and his chin. And then we are going to end up giving him a rating out of 100 Bilal Muhammad, for example, is 58.5. Shavkat is 63.5. Ilya Topuria is a 72. This is what MMA fans around the world live for. Europeans wake up early. Americans choose not to sleep. This is the Aussies skip dinner. This is as good as it fucking gets on MMA YouTube, boys. Let me read everyone's chats. Spending time with the family? Gay. A real man ignores his family to watch streams online. Exactly, Eric. Exactly, mate. Tom is lucky his division is full of blobs and bums. He is, but Alexander Volkov is there. And so is Cyril Gain. So we're worried for a little bit. Nacho shouldn't have cooked me last night. Exactly, mate. What are we rating it out of? There we go. Bleed. This is what we're here for. There you go, Justin Kennedy. Everyone thank Eric for his service. He's working hard protecting our country while watching Dougie's Corner. Eric protects a door. Okay? I've seen Eric's stories on Instagram. Eric literally guards a door and he expects fucking veteran services for life. Please, mate. Don't thank Eric for his service. He's standing in front of a door being overpaid. Striking is easily 8 out of 9. No, it is not. Charles Oliveira's striking is like a 6, mate. I'm going to tell my grandkids about this day. Damn right, Christian Gray. Nacho just felt a stabbing pain behind his eye. I should message Nacho. I should shoot him a text message and be like, guess what we're doing, mate? Doug, it's almost like you aren't taking this serious. I'm taking this very seriously, Justin Kennedy. I died and this is what hell looks like. I know, imagine being stuck in front of a door while doing this. You don't even watch my stories, you fucking casual. True. Oh, man. Who slept with more dudes by accident? Charles Oliveira or Charlie Shane? Easily Charlie Shane. Dougie, why are you pronouncing Cyril Gane as Cyril Gain? Isn't it Cyril Gain? Isn't it Cyril Gain? Or is it Cyril Gane? Aura, 1,000 out of 10. All right, K-Dot. Now that you've done fucking ejaculating all over the screen like Randy Marsh waiting for internet, let's take this seriously. Rename this stream to the Fighter Matrix and you'll get 1,000 views. No, the Fighter Matrix is only for select people who really stick out a Dougie's Corner stream all the way to the end. Right, Charles Oliveira striking attack. I'll give him a 7.5. He has shit head movement, but he's got sick Muay Thai down the center. I'll give him a 7.5. And his striking does open up. Yeah, we'll give him that. His defense, though, fucking abysmal. I'll give him a 3 for striking defense. His defense is fucking abysmal. It really is. Now, Charles Oliveira doesn't really have takedowns. He allows the fight to flow onto the ground. He's not really a takedown guy. I could your address on my story and you wouldn't. I could share the address on. Right, you could put my address on your story, mate. I watch your story. I'm locked in on your stories, mate. It's Cyril Gay. It is Cyril Gay. Just like the stream is on point, mate. Oliveira got that piranha jaw. He does, mate. What is 7.5, man? I mean, out of 10, he's striking a 7.5. Like, it's above average, but it's not really good. It's decent. 7.5 is decent. Striking attack is easily 8. He's always moving forward and suffocating them N-words. I don't think it is easily 8. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's more of a 7.5. He hip-tossed Gordon. Takedowns is 6. Bring up a quick Charles Oliveira fight. Let me bring up on my screen Fight Pass. I want to watch Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. I'm gonna look at Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler, which is a really good recent Charles Oliveira fight. And we're gonna see where he's at, and then I'm gonna go through this. God, this is good. God, this is good content. Isn't this good content? Imagine, chat. You get to sit here listening to me, watching a fight, rating them out of 10. This is good shit, chat. I tell you what. Oliveira versus Sergio. Oh, they've changed Fight Pass. Oliveira versus Chandler. O-I-L-V-E-I-R-A Chandler. Oliveira Chandler. Now we're talking. Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler, UFC 309. This is going to be good. Share it on the screen. You know I can't share it on the screen. You know I can't share it on the screen. You know I can't. I can share it in the Discord. I can do that. I can share the fight on the Discord. Voice channels. General. Share screen. Chrome tab. There we go. Done. I'll share it in the Discord. There we go. All right. Let me read some chats before I get back into it. He couldn't take down to Puri. Yeah, Charles Oliveira hasn't got very good takedowns. He's never had very good takedowns. He allows the fight to go to the ground. He hip tossed Jared Gordon. I mean, I'd give that grappling. I wouldn't give that as a takedown. I guess it is a takedown, but it's not really like a proper wrestling takedown, is it? Bro didn't even read my message. Sorry, Justin Kennedy. Shut up in the Discord! Shut up! Mute yourself. All right, I'm trying to stream. Fucking annoying bastards. Where am I up to? Didn't even read my message. Sorry, Justin Kennedy. I'm not done yet. Hold on. Rename the stream to Fighter Matrix to get 1,000. I literally did read that. Open your ears. Chandler 2. He's transitioning from single to overleg knee tap. Never mind. His takedowns are not a 7. That fight got him a title shot, by the way. I know, embarrassing, right? People forget, man. He hip tossed that former crackhead once. What a marauder. I'll give him a 6.5 in the takedown department. He couldn't take down. He can't take Caucus Chads down. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Top corner, you'll trick the bot. There you go. Top corner, you'll trick the bot. No, I won't. No, it'll get banned. It'll get banned. Nobody is in the Discord. Nobody is in the Discord. People have been wrestling since they were fetuses. They have. The Matrix is making you hear things. No, dude, someone was in the Discord talking. All right, let me watch this fight. Charles Oliveira, Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira, 35, Michael Chandler. Here we go. I'm going to watch it on 2x speed. Low kicks from Oliveira. Nothing crazy. Basic jabs. Chandler jabs Oliveira and lands on him, by the way. Chandler jabs Oliveira and lands on him. 4 minutes, round 1. Low kicks from Oliveira. Low kicks from Oliveira. Chandler jabs Oliveira and lands on him again. 338. Charles Oliveira striking defense. Dog shit. Show us the fight. You know I can't show you the fight. I may or may not have invaded the Discord. That's alright, Justin Kennedy. Fighters on YouTube means you can show... I literally cannot... Shut up in the Discord. I can't show the fights on YouTube. I can't show UFC fights on YouTube. Chandler lands on Oliveira again. Here we go. Oliveira single leg. In on Michael Chandler. 3 minutes, 31 seconds. Doesn't get Michael Chandler down. In on a single leg. Gets the high single. Chandler posts, puts his hand down, doesn't get him down. Andrew Jubilee and Skynet, first time they meet, what the fuck? Andrew Jubilee and Skynet, first time they meet. You're fucking bachelor, bitch. How can she slap? Chandler has to grab the top of the cage. Ooh, he does get Chandler down eventually. Even though Chandler grabbed the top of the cage, we'll raise up Charles Oliveira's takedowns. You do not want to be here with Charles Oliveira, man. Just make sure you zoom in at time speed first, every 9 seconds, and have the filter on top of it with no volume and playing it in reverse. I don't think that's how it's going to work, mate. I don't think that's how it's going to work, Eric. I'm sorry. Should I join back in yelling at a Marab impression? No. Chandler broke his back. It's spinal. Spinal. Oliveira's just riding the top. Chandler's got him held up. I've got it on 3x speed. 2 minutes in the first round. No talking in the Discord. Watch it in 1.5. Don't go all day just to rate this useless game. I'm watching it in 3x speed right now. You can private the stream later. They still get copyright struck. Charles Oliveira is literally trying to hump Chandler. God, Chandler cheats a lot, doesn't he? Fuck, Chandler cheats a lot. Chandler just holding Charles down. Charles, you know what? I'm going to give Charles Oliveira some good ground control rating. I'm going to give him some good, because he controlled Chandler that entire round on the ground and K-Dot and got him down. Let's skip through the halftime. All right, we're still on 3 times speed. Sharing in the Discord. It's all low kicks from Oliveira. Big meaty hook from Michael Chandler. Completely misses. Oliveira gets out of the way. Oh, Oliveira rocks Chandler. Oliveira rocks him, knocks him down. Alex Jones unbanned from YouTube. Big news, Eric. Big news. You know why, don't you? Because Alex Jones doesn't want to blame them. You know what I mean? And Alex Jones does often blame them. Charles tries to get Chandler down again. Can't do it. Chandler is grabbing the glove, poking his eyes and grabbing the fence. That's what he does all the time. Like, we can see it. You guys can see it if you go to the Discord. I'm literally playing it. You're on a computer. All you have to do is open up a second tab and go to the Discord. Michael Chandler changed his name to Chandler to sound more African-American. Well, he dropped the Michael. He's called King Chandler. They're unbanning a lot of the unbans from 2020. That's their new policy. Oh, good. I'm happy YouTube are finally figuring it out. Ooh, Charles lands hard and Chandler runs away. Charles got him backed up to the cage. Low kicks again. Chandler with a big meaty 1-2 lands. High kick from Charles. Oh, nice knee up the middle from Charles. Chandler's raging in, swinging. Body shot from Charles. And Charles gets Chandler down again. You know what, K-Dot? That's 2 successful. Both times that Oliveira's tried to take Chandler down, he's done really fucking well, K-Dot. Really well. Actually got him down every single time. And then controlled him on the ground really nicely too, both times. It's in 10 FPS. This is a personal problem, brother. This is your own personal problem. Chandler grabs the cage again. Chandler is grabbing the glove poke. We just did that one. Michael Chip, we just did that one. They're unbanning a lot. We just did that one. I'm on the phone, actually. Well, sorry, Eric. Luckily, I'm describing the fight to you so perfectly. Michael BLM Chandler. That's right, mate. Where is the clinch category? That's grappling. Grappling is the clinch. Grappling. It's 10 FPS. He probably cloned because he lost the... He's probably a clone. Because when he lost the weight, the guy completely changed. Oh, yeah. This is the 3rd Alex Jones that we're on for sure. This is the 3rd Alex Jones claw for sure. Put some respect on his name. I do have to put some respect on his name. You know what? You know what? He's throwing takedowns. He's landed 2. You know, okay. Charles Oliveira's takedowns. We've got a little bit. We'll give him a 6 for takedowns. Takedown defense. We're not going to see any of that. But Charles's takedown defense is almost nothing because Charles wants it to go to the ground. Submissions, obviously, he's got 10 out of 10 submissions because he's the best submission artist in the UFC. Grappling, he's very good Muay Thai up the middle. Very good grappling. Very, very good grappling. Ground control, good ground control. He allowed Ilia Topuria to weasel out from him. People can scramble out away from him, but his ground control is very fucking good. Get-ups. Get-ups, Charles Oliveira's get-ups. Not great. What's up, Nacho? Just when we needed you. How are you, mate? You felt the signals in the air. You knew that the greatest thing on MMA YouTube was happening right now. You knew, Nacho. You felt it in your balls. Things are getting exciting over on the corner. I've got to log in. Dude, how I have fast internet and 4570. I don't care if your computer has 4570 clip, mate. I'm using Ethernet, brother. It couldn't be faster. Dougie, I know you want more of my beautiful voice in the Discord. I do, Justin Kennedy. Let's hope and pray that they don't get Nick too. We'll see. We'll see. They probably will. Takedown defense is iffy. Yeah, his takedown defense is dog shit because he wants to go to the ground so he can latch up submissions. Like, Charles likes people following him down to the ground. Gamrot lost to a fucking bum-ass Garum. He's cooked. He might be cooked, yeah. 6 to 7? No. Charles's takedown defense is not a 6 to a 7, dude. He wants the fight to go to the ground. I need water. Where is my water? I'm so parched. Watch the Islam and Arman fight when Charles isn't looking for subs off the bottom. He easily scrambles and backs up. His get-ups are under... I will. I'll chuck on the Arman Sarukian fight. Nacho put Dougie on a timeout for doing the Matrix. No, dude, the Matrix is what people want. People were dying for a Matrix. I told you, Dougie, I would only watch the stream when he does. I told Dougie I would only watch the stream if he does it, mate. That's it. Nacho knows, mate. Nacho knows. The only time Dougie's Corner is worth watching is when we're doing a Fighter Matrix. I don't like it. Don't like the Fighter Matrix. I'm talking about Get Up. Oh, Get Ups. Yeah, let me watch the Armin Sarukian fight. That'll be a good one for Get Ups. That's a good one. How are we, boys? How is everyone? I hope everyone's doing good, Nacho. How are you enjoying the school holidays, man? Did you catch me and mute me, or shall I join it? Did you? No, I didn't mute. I just ignored you. I'm very good at annoying assholes. I'm very good at ignoring assholes. Oliveira versus the Sarukian. Oliveira versus Sarukian. Yeah, let's watch his scrambles and his get-ups. Resume. I watched this recently. No, I know, Justin. I'm sorry, mate. Here we go. Oliveira versus Armin the Sarukian. Also, watch the Dariush fight. All right, here we go. So the fight drops to the ground. Oh, yeah, nice low kick, and Armin just drops straight to the ground as Oliveira kicks him in the stomach. So that was Armin standing up and Oliveira following him. Oliveira tries to latch up the guillotine. Armin's face goes red. Armin pops out. Oliveira's on top. This isn't really going to say much for his get-ups because Oliveira's in top position. Oliveira's still on top. But you know what? They're in the center of the mat. They're in the dead center of the mat. And Oliveira is controlling Armin Sarukian so easily. Right in the dead center of the mat. There's no cage or anything. Armin's doing everything he can to try and get up, trying to buck the hips. Oliveira's just riding him. All right, now Armin's in top position. Let's see Oliveira's get up here from Armin Sarukian's top position. Charles used to be a cologne, but he found that dog in him in his 30s. Maybe there's still hope for you. Wait, hang on a second. What the fuck? I'm not cologne. Showbiz, thank you. I'll stop just some light college style. You're all good, Justin Kennedy. Don't worry, man. I've been feeding rhinos and having meerkats climb. That sounds fucking sick, Nacho. That sounds fucking awesome, man. How are rhinos in person? Robbed from It was robbed, this fight. It was robbed from Charles Oliveira. That Gilly should have subbed Armin. I wonder if I can show it on the screen in 3x speed right here. I wonder if I could get away with it. Like, it's in 3x speed. And if I just use the center... No, I probably can't. You can't watch it. It's on the Discord. If you guys want to watch it, it's in the Discord. That Gilly should have subbed Armin if not for that motherfucker short slipping. I know, K-Dot. I knew. The music is loud. Oh, thank you for telling me. Where were you, Eric? Where were you for telling me? 45 decibels. Thank you for telling me. You watch your mouth dissing a fellow Canadian around these parts. What have I done? 70% of your audience dips. Go watch Giuliano Ahente instead. Go watch Giuliano Ahente instead. Go nuts, mate. No, man, what I was saying, man. No, dude. What I was talking about, dude. I mean, the thing is, dude. Go nuts, Christian Grey. What did I even say about Canadians? I didn't say anything bad this time. Armin is fucking mid. Armin is fucking mid. Chris, he isn't jealous of my flawless Marab impression. How you go, brother? How you go? You should do a Fighter Matrix for Thomas Anderson after this, aka Neo. We should do a Fighter Matrix for Neo. Hang on a minute. Hold on a minute. Charles was Glassjaw Paperbones quitter. One baby muscle mass later, he is on an 11-fight win streak. They were the good old days, K-Dot. They were. What's up, Combat Catholic? How are you, brother? Good to see you, man. Didn't you see? I did see that. I know. I was just, letting you share for the rest of the chat, mate. I wasn't gonna put you out on blast for your personal private business for what you're doing, with your family. I just said you were out with the family. Wait, let me grab my Charles hoodie bear. I know K-Dot is fucking fangirling so hard right now. Like the fucking Dougie is a wanker. Okay, thank you, Chris. Appreciate that. Gilly sounds like a preppy Nate Diaz. He does, man. He does. I will school you in the Marab impression. Brother, no, brother. You have to be man. You can't do a Marab impression like me, brother. You have to be man about it. I was at a course. Haven't been able to catch up yet. You're all good, Combat Catholic. I hope that your course went well. Thank you for jumping back in. I appreciate it, man. I understand how life goes. We lose Skynet. Jim's schedule has changed. I understand how it goes, man. People's lives always change. I get it, brother. I just keep rocking up and doing my thing. Nah, all good, Nacho. I hope you enjoyed the time with the family. Shut up, Justin Kennedy. No talking in the Discord. All right, so Armin's in top. Charles is on bottom. Charles is bucking hips. Charles throwing elbows into Armin's face. Armin with the ground and pound. Charles laughs at him on bottom position. Coulon! Coulon! Armin wraps up. Charles wraps up Armin. Armin's in control. Charles tries to kick him off. Armin says, I've been kicked to the face. Charles's get-ups are him cheating. Charles says, sorry for kicking you in the face. And Armin chooses to stand the fight back up. K-Dot. And then they reset again. Armin in top position. Let me read some chats. I'm sad Drickus lost the title because he was starting to do a good DDP impression. Well, that's alright. Drickus will be back. He'll still be a contender. He's too young to just disappear. And we lost the boss, DJ Aiden. People forget, man. Don't you forget DJ Aiden and Andrew Bustamante. Dougie, which MMA YouTuber would you fight in the cage? Ooh, good question. Most of them, to be honest. As long as I was a referee, I'd fight most of them in the cage. In fact, yeah, all of them. I wouldn't be able to beat all of them, but I'd fight all of them in a cage, for sure. If there's a referee, I'd have a scrap with them. Yeah, of course. The thing about get-ups is it's very tricky. Charles will deliberately give up bottom position to look for those subs when he knows he can get up. But this is what I was saying, K-Dot. This is what I was saying about his takedown defense and his get-ups. They're not very high rated for Charles Oliveira because Charles Oliveira is happy to sit on bottom and look for submissions, which is what is so dangerous about the Gamrot fight and what is so dangerous about these jiu-jitsu experts in general. They're quite happy to just sit on the bottom and hunt for positions. You know? So this is a problem. Coulon! Coulon! This is not good, K-Dot. You understand what I'm saying, brother? Where am I up to? Add source. Fights. Fights. You know, this is not good, brother. Charles Oliveira is happy to just sit here, brother. Sit here in bottom position, brother. And this is not good. Alright, let's move on. The thing about... We just did that one. Pretty sure I spotted DJ... Oh, thank you, Eric, for the $1, mate. I appreciate that, dude. Thank you so much, man. You're a legend, Eric. You know what? You do way more than just guard a door. You guard the country. You guard the border. The doorway to America. The greatest and freest society in the world. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you for the $1, man. I appreciate it. Pretty sure I spotted DJ in the Victorian wilderness. He's out there, like the big cat. Charles is going to put on a masterclass on Scamron and everyone will act like they saw it coming. That is true, Nacho. Everyone's narrative will change afterwards, if he does, but I don't know. I don't know. I joined and did another impression, but it seems like Dougie didn't hear because of how good it was. I heard it, man. I literally said no talking in the Discord. I'm just going to ignore you. Can you fuck up Coulon? MMA Joe. MMA Joe is easy work for anyone. Dude runs out of breath reading his own live stream. MMA Joe is easy work. I'd rip those Tapuria Damon Jackson body shots on the breadbasket of fat Joe. Yeah, Joey's... No, let's not. Enough with... We're done with Joey. We're burying Joey. We're done with Joey. Joey is a dumb fat fuck. They're a bit slow. Eh? Sorry, we surrender. Are you talking about the French again, Capatheist? But against Islam and Dariush, there is a moment where he scrambles and gets back up very easily. Fine, you could say he has moments, dude, but moments isn't going to give him high get-ups. Because, yeah, he might be able to do it, and he might have moments where it's easier for him than others. But in general, his get-ups aren't great because he's spending so much time in bottom position looking for submissions. Canadians. Right, Canadians. I'm with you. Right. Nacho, let's just hope he's still addicted to One Direction, not koalas, or else Buddy got even more chlamydia than he did that one time. Nacho, let's just hope he's still addicted to One Direction. Oh, we're talking about DJ and not koalas, or else Buddy has got even more chlamydia than he did that one time when DJ Aiden had sex with Dougie. Thank you, Christian Grey. That was you ripping Canadian. You're all good, Capatheist. Eric guards the doorway to my heart. There we go. Nacho gets it. I can tolerate a certain percentage of Coulon but in a man, but that fat fuck is a full-on Coulon. Yeah, MMA Joe, he's a dumb fat cunt. that's that. You'd never ignore me. I made the Fighter Matrix happen. You did make this Fighter Matrix. Nacho should be thanking Justin Kennedy, because the reason that we have got such a phenomenal Fighter Matrix happening live right now across MMA YouTube is because of Justin Kennedy. Fair, I'd be happy with a 5. Well, I don't think I'm going to give him a 5. I think I'm going to give him a 4. I'm going to watch a little bit more of this fight. How's Jamie? I have no idea, Chiwewi, and your obsession with Jamie is kind of weird, mate. We broke up at the start of the year. It has been 9 months. It's been 9 months, mate. I have no idea how Jamie is, but I sincerely hope that she is doing well. Let us move on with the fight. I guard the door so I can okay, that's disgusting. Arman Tsarukyan. Still got full mount. Oh! Charles rolls and gets up. Charles rolls and gets up. And up he gets. And Charles is back up to his feet and breaks away. Nice work from Oliveira. Charles Oliveira. The lion has a name and it's Charles Oliveira. Have you been consuming much goy slop? I have not been. Alright, that's the end of round... What round was that? Hey, what's up, Douglas's Memo? Fucking everyone's here today. How are we, man? I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. There you go. What's up, Evloev Jr.? How are you, man? What is going on? People are just popping in and saying g'day today. How does this dude turn on a membership? All you have to do is go to the channel and click on memberships, and you can select receive gifted membership there. Shabasco, that's the highest rating of Goy. Big kick from Arman. Bang! Straight down onto the ground. But that's the problem, right? Like, Charles Oliveira wants the fight to go to the ground. So the second Arman's in on him, Charles throws a fucking gilly and ends up on bottom. Bang! They scramble. Oliveira pops back up. That was pretty good. His get-up's pretty good there. He scrambles and wants it to be back up. Like, Oliveira's causing that get-up. And now they're back up against the cage. How could you ever be disappointed at this level of content? I know, look at us work our way through Charles Oliveira on the Fighter Matrix. The greatest system of judging fights ever created on MMA YouTube ever. Watch the Dariush and Islam fight before judging the get-up rating, by the way. I don't see it. Does it work on iOS? On iOS, that's Apple, right? On Apple, you need to go to YouTube on Safari and set it to desktop mode. And then when you do it on desktop mode, then it'll work then. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting a membership, and the whale got it. I have no idea who the whale is. Chiwewi says, call Jamie on the stream and tell her that you miss it. That's weird, and no. You're a weird guy, Chiwewi. I can't imagine owning an Apple. There, right. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting the membership, dude. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting yet another membership. Laura got one. Good on you. Laura is a bit of a regular these days, so good on you, Nacho. Not a bad pull. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting 2 memberships, man. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. See, he looks so excited about the Matrix that he gifted a member. I know, that's how you know Nacho loves it. Because he gets gifted, he's out there gifting memberships. There you go. So right now, hold up, Nacho, let me turn it on. So right now, Combat Catholic, you need to scroll to the top of the chat window where you see Nacho's bubble at the top of the chat window. Click on it and set it to receive gifted memberships, and that's how you receive gifted memberships. Scroll all the way up to the chat window and click receive gifted memberships. Only gift during Fighter Matrixes to try and a chance of you. I mean, it's the highest level of content imaginable. Ooh, Arman takes Oliveira down easily. Oliveira wraps up, pulls guard. Oliveira wants to be on bottom. Arman's just controlling him here. Oliveira's just playing in his guard. Arman's staying close, chest to chest. Arman postures up. Oliveira tries to kick out of it again. Oliveira grabs an arm. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting another gifted membership. Appreciate it. Choice, I'm going to start ignoring you because it's very strange what you're doing. It's very, very strange. Maybe Chihuahuas is the Perth baddie you've been looking for. I don't think so. Chihuahuas is just a weird troll that is trying to get me to react. First childbirth, boring. Fighter matrices are the shit, mate. Turned it on, there you go, mate. So next time someone gives a membership, you have a chance of winning it. Everyone who sees a matrix immediately shares it to their entire extent. Mate, people are going to print this. K-Dot is going to print this off and ask his local tattoo artist to put it on his upper shoulder. All right, Oliveira is still on bottom. Oliveira is still on bottom. Armin's working away at him. Thank you, Nacho, for gifting another gifted membership. Armin's just working him. Oliveira's quite happy to be on the bottom. This isn't good for the Oliveira. Armin's working the fuck out of him. Cut on Oliveira. Oliveira pushes to the side. Thank you, Nacho, for yet another gifted membership. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. What is love? Maybe don't hurt. I'm going to put every frame of the stream up outside my house. Base, Justin Kennedy. Gamrot's going to do the same thing to Charles. I don't know. All right, here we go. Oliveira's trying to get back up, but Armin's controlling him. Here we go. Let's look at this together, K-Dot. Oliveira's trying to get back up. Armin controls him and keeps him down. It's the end of the round. Oliveira couldn't get up there while Armin was laying down the ground and pound. Oliveira was trying to get back up. This is what I mean. Oliveira's get-ups, they're not phenomenal. You know? They're not phenomenal. They touch gloves. Grappling on the cage. Armin controls the grappling. Armin pushes Oliveira to the cage. Armin controls the grappling. Charles is the one that breaks away. Armin also really good at camping at full guard. Where am I up to? Gamrot does the same thing to Charles Oliveira. I don't know if Gamrot's as good as Armin is in top position. Armin's so good in top position. Armin is also just really good at camping full guard. Not really that good, just to base it. Armin is also really good at camping full guard. Not really that good to just base it all off this. I'm not just basing it all off this fight. I'm just reminding myself of it. My phone doesn't allow me to gift. I would if I could. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate it, dude. Combat Catholic, it appears you have got Joey's disease. Stop it. My phone doesn't let me send donos or stickers. What is going on with the YouTube app on people's mobiles, man? Oliveira likes being on his back. Oliveira does like being on his back, man. I haven't been super active in the chat, so I could be in it. Well, no, you're all good, Combat Catholic. I appreciate you being here anyway, man. It means a lot. I appreciate it. And it's good that we're finally getting out another long stream now that I'm at the end of this big-ass job. Che! What's up, brother? How are you, man? Dougie. Fuck my sister, but Dougie. Charles is the... This isn't the real MMA, Che. Okay, very good, Che. This isn't the real MMA, Che. Oh, poor Che. Your fighter is going to get crushed by Gamrot. I was so excited to see the toothless man himself. Oh, well. Oh, Armin lands good strikes there. Oh, Oliveira shucks that one off. It isn't the real one. It sucks. I like Che. He's never popped in and said hi to me. Oh, Armin shucks that off. Are you actually picking Scamrock? No, I'm not. I don't know who I'm picking, to be honest, Nacho. I don't think it's as clear cut as Oliveira just wins. That sounded like the real Che. Only thing is I asked for money for it. It's actually $2 for me to be in your chat. It's actually $2. Oh, Tim! Everyone's popping back in today. So everything's flowing now that I'm at the end of this fucking long-ass work week. How are you, Tim? Tim, you didn't message me back on the Discord. I checked in on your mental health and your physical health to see how you were. You never messaged me back. Are you actually picking Scammer who did that one? That sounded like the real Che. Only thing he didn't ask money. That's not the real Tim. I just checked his profile. It's not the real Tim. I mean, he's got a 1-year badge. I think it's the real Tim. I don't think this is the clone version of Tim. Oh, back down. Gamrot easily takes Oliveira down. Easily. And Oliveira pulls guillotine and sits on the bottom again. Ooh. He's got... Oh, his takedown defense is dog shit. It's dog shit. Where am I up to? It's just what Charles does. He brings people together no matter the religion, gender. Good on you, K-Dot. Very good, K-Dot. Good on you, man. That's just what Charles Oliveira does. He brings people together, man. Somehow the Jays have created a new account and given it a 1-year badge. Somehow they've cloned a new 1-year badge for him. See what happens when you put some actual effort into streaming. See what happens when you put some actual effort into the streaming. People come back. I've just been doing an hour 15 because I've been working. I've been putting out shorts, video. I've actually had the best week of content on MMA YouTube this week. I was the one that followed the story the closest and did streams every day. Che hasn't done streams every day. Lucas hasn't done a fucking stream. ITP's made 2 videos this week. I've literally put out the most work out of everyone this week on MMA YouTube. God. It's just a really dedicated Tim ult for a whole year. Charles's grappling is a 9. No, it's not. It's not a 9. We've been watching it. It's not a 9. It's a 7. Do you think the Gamrot vs Charles fight would be boring? Do you think Gamrot versus Charles fight will be boring? No, I don't. No, I don't. I think they'll be good. Dougie's corner, he doesn't warn you. It's like Dougie's corner doesn't warn you, like mugging foreigners at the hug that hug the border. Like mugging foreigners that hug the border. I like that, mate. Striking defense is a 9 at least. No, it isn't. He's been pop-shotted so many times. What exactly do these numbers mean? We're rating everything out of 10 to give Charles Oliveira an overall rating out of 100. It's the Dougie's Corner Fighters Matrix. It's the greatest piece of content ever created on MMA YouTube. I got Eric, bro. Dougie, these are 5 from Eric. End of a big case. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tim, for the 5. I appreciate it, dude. Mr. 509 got one. No idea who that is. Valley Tudo, no idea who that is. SMG, no idea. No idea who any of these cunts are. Bad rip, Tim. But thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. You had a big case this week. Looks like we've all had fucking massive weeks at work this week that have been holding us back. But thank you so much, Tim, for the 5 gifted memberships to the absolute randoms. I appreciate you, man. Tim was just looking for your profile to comment on the community post. Hope you're well. There you go. Tim's doing great. Tim's back. How about you work on YouTube? I've been working on YouTube. Eric, S-tier slacker, try harder. Don't you tell me, buddy. I'm just your producer. Okay. Guru was kidnapped. Guru was kidnapped. I hear you did a pre-recorded stream. I didn't do a pre-recorded stream yesterday. Think that you have Charles to have for. He knew you were out of content, so he threw some free content your way. Yeah, that's right, Kato. He knew that I was dead in the water, so he decided to fuck around just for me. Guru has a black friend. There's nothing wrong with having a black friend. Guru moved to Venezuela to be reunited with Rigo. Where is Rigo? I hope he's gone. I'm the best at MMA Che. You're the best ever. You're the best ever, MMA Che. You're a legend. The Mogger has its name, and it's Charles Moggy Vera. You have to pronounce foreigners funny to make it. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have to work on my enunciation for that one, Carpathius, for that joke. What exactly do we consider a 10? How does that work from weightless to weightless? I have no fucking idea what you mean from weightless to weightless. No idea what you mean. Charles Oliveira gets a 10 out of 10 for submissions because he literally has the most submissions in UFC history. The most submissions in UFC history. Combat Catholic don't. It makes perfect sense. Eric, it's the greatest way to score fights ever. You take everyone's attributes and you give them a 1 to 10 rating. It's obvious. Oh, weight class to weight class? Same thing. Same weight. Don't just ignore the weight classes. You know what I mean? Like Tom Aspinall's got 8 out of 10 striking. But probably like 3 out of 10 striking defense, you know? Boy, Marab has got like maybe 6 out of 10 striking. Yeah, it makes total sense. My mental health, I'm good. I was the only one not triggered to the trauma over a certain AI shooting. Ah, there you go, Tim. You needed some step back from the internet because everyone was being a little bit too NPC for you. I get it. I've been there. MMA Che can't hold Chandler in front of me. MMA Che can't hold a Chandler in front of me. That doesn't make sense. Something isn't right. Where's the order category? We can't have an order category. Otherwise, JDM would be at the top. If Jones was knocked out by Tom at the White House card, does DC interview him with a smile? Fucking oath, MMA Master. DC has a grand old time laughing over the corpse of John Jones and bringing it back to 2005 where we interview fighters after a loss. Just a reminder, guys, that the Fighter Matrix is pointless as Dougie gave a Calvin Klein a 97 out of 100. That never happened, Nacho. That never happened. You're remembering a false history. Tim has gotten into your head. I'll tell you how to get views. Just go on a date with my sister. No, thanks. You click your thumb and gold. You click your thumb and gold it up next to the fighter. Stick your tongue out and then pull a number directly out of your. No, Capatheist. This is a very scientific way of working out how good a fighter is. And then, Capatheist, you can take this fighter and when we do a fighter matrix for Gamrot, you can put the fighter matrix for Gamrot and the fighter matrix for Charles Oliveira next to each other, and you will guaranteed get the correct conclusion for the fight that you can bet on. And that's just good money making. Candle equals Chandler. Thank you, Wixon. A chandelier, a chandelabra, a candelabra. However, I was triggered into the most absurd display of certain conditions to teach the Scott. Yes, you and the Scott did have a great 2-week period going off at each other. It was just me or is your mic shit? Is it just me or is your mic shit dodgy? No, my mic's great. I got a brand new microphone, which is fucking phenomenal. So only Tom Aspinall can get 100 out of 100 in a striking pound, for example. Is that no? There are other strikers that can get 10 out of 10 on striking. Oh my god, Ilya's got 10 out of 10 for striking. JDM's got a 9.8 out of 10 for striking. So yeah, no, there are fighters that can. Max Holloway has got a 10 out of 10 for striking. Yeah, but see, Max Holloway's striking defense, he's probably got a 7 out of 10. Very poor head movement. I honestly think DC just knows John can beat Tom. I don't think that's what it is at all, Nacho. You didn't watch my video closely enough today. I was having fun with the Charlie thing. It was just me, just the negligence case. Yeah, fair enough, Tim. Fair enough. I get it, dude. It's been a hard work week for me too. Charles' takedown defense is 0 because he likes being on the ground. I know that's why I gave him a 2 out of 10. Like, he obviously does have some takedown defense, but he enjoys being on the ground. Get up. So I'm going to give Charles Oliveira a 5. He likes being on bottom too much. Now, cardio, solid 8 out of 10 cardio. And his chin, he's been slept by Ilya. But really, apart from being slept by Ilya, Charles can take a fucking crack, can't he? God, he can take a hit. Like, the last time he was TKO'd by a chinning was Paul Felder in like 2016 or something. Like, Charles can fucking cop a crack. God almighty, what a chin has Charles Oliveira got. But he always gets hit and then falls. That's why, because I know, I'm not even looking at the chat. I just know they're raging about Charles's chin. But Charles's chin is deceptive because he wants to be on his back. So every time he gets touched on the chin, he falls to his back and he hopes that someone will chase him down there. And that's when he latches them up. It's all part of his game. Seven for chin. He's got a good chin. Where am I up to? Aura, 1,000 out of 10. Automatically, Charles is the GOAT. Couldn't beat Islam Makhachev. Reset the stream if his mic is cutting out. Happens to me too. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate it. Help me settle the beef by sending each other tasteful nudes. That's all MMA YouTube mates have to do. All Aspinall does is hope and pray he lands a big meaty hook. No, he can literally blast a double leg and get a Kimura on a fucking Sambo wrestler. Arnold Arlovsky. Ilya Dubdudo is dog shit. Come on, MMA Chase. Stop it. JDM is going life and death with Kevin Holland. I think his striking offense is an 8 at best. He's gotten way better. Way better. I did watch your video and I simply disagree. Well, that's why I make the videos, for you guys to maybe disagree with me if I've got the wrong read. Talking memo, I like it. John Jones is a bottom or a top. Definitely a bottom. He's chinny but durable. Yeah, I don't think if chinny is the right word. Charles is better than Ilya. I mean, obviously he isn't. Ilya dominated Charles in every aspect of the fight. Yeah, but Aspinall's power is way more than Ilya's from the weight difference. That's why I was wondering how translated from different weight class. Yeah, I get that. That's why you've got to really look at the style and the skill of it, Combat Catholic. It's a very scientific method we're using. K-Dot was quoting bedtime, was he? Combat Catholic, like we said, it doesn't make sense. It makes total sense, Eric. It makes total sense. Ilya should have a 10 for Ilya should not have a 10 for striking. MMA boxing maybe, but not striking overall. Maybe Prime Anderson or Izzy for overall striking ability. Now we're really getting into a whole different tier list of who is the best striker in MMA, which we can do and we have done before and we will end up doing again. I don't think Charles was waiting for Ilya when he got slept. No, not in that one. Yes! There you go. Dude said Arnold Arlovsky. I know, mate. Dougie has pillow hands. No, I don't. Have you seen the full UFC 322 card layout? Half stacked other than Benny... Bo Nichols on pay-per-view again. Bo Nichols on pay-per-view again? Why do they keep putting it on pay-per-view? Ilya is pound for pound more power than Aspinall. Don't think so. Aspinall drops people in the first round. Ilya has to take people into like the second or the third. I know he got Charles in round 1, but he got Volk in the second. He got Holloway in the third. He couldn't finish Emmett. No, Aspinall's got more power. Thoughts on people saying a pound for pound, because Aspinall can transfer that power over to people of Aspinall's size and get it done in the first round. Thoughts on people saying Gamrot can KO Charles in the feet when he's never finished anyone in the top 15. That's retarded. Those people are retarded. Dougie's just jealous of Charles because he's got to sleep with my sister. That's not a brag. I mean, grappling has 6 different categories and striking isn't even separating the punches and the kicks. That's, you know, this is why this is such a scientific method, Carpathiast, because there is so much that goes into MMA. You've got to weight it in specific areas. This is what makes the Matrix so fascinating, you know? How are you going to weight certain things? Max's striking is at least a 9. That's what I said. Prime Izzy for overall striking. Yeah, Prime Izzy for overall striking. Low A tier. JDM is going to feed Islam those TNT fists. Exactly, mate. Izzy's boxing is so dog shit, I'd give his defense like a 3. I agree with that. That didn't answer my question, but I understand now. Just go with the flow. Exactly, Carpathiast. It's very scientific. Sorry, Combat Catholic. It's very scientific. Have you thought about the trauma Brendan Allen will inflict on RDR lately? Not even for a second. I've been honestly, genuinely shocked with Charles Oliveira not immediately taking the Gamrot fight. Deadass Superior KO'd Holloway. Yeah, I know he did, but he did it in the 3rd round. I know Superior did it, but Superior did it in the 3rd round. Aspinall does them all in the 1st round. It's just bullshitting. It's way more than just bullshitting, Combat Catholic. It's highly specific and data analytical driven stuff here, mate. Oh, because you didn't like my example, not a counter argument? Which one? Oh, that. No, Carpathiast. I'm not ignoring it because I don't have a counter argument. Not at all. I've been saying ever since I first met you guys, Oliveira is washed. I hate that he is, but boys, we got to face it. Aspinall is fighting bums. Superior is fighting the featherweight GOAT and the 2nd best lightweight of all time. But that's got nothing to do with the pound for pound power. Like, Superior still lands a good shot on Volkanovski in the 1st round. It doesn't sleep him. He lands good shots on Holloway in the 1st and 2nd round. It doesn't sleep him. Like, Superior can sleep people, but he 10-7s Emmett, but he doesn't sleep him. The skill levels might be there, but Tom Aspinall, pound for pound, is sleeping people in the 1st round. Izzy got outboxed by Whitaker and has shitty defense. All he has is flashy kicks. Yes. Charles sleeps Tom Aspinall? No. Superior Deadass has better leg kicks than Izzy. Effectiveness is better than flashiness. I don't think Superior's ever thrown a leg kick. Superior's got fuck all leg kicks. Pound for pound is such a stupid thing. If Ilya was Aspinall's size, he probably wouldn't have been as good. If Aspinall was... If Ilya was Aspinall's size... Yeah, that's why pound for pound makes it so hard. Holloway is the better striker. No one's saying better striking skill. I'm saying Aspinall's pound for poundness. Aspinall's power. Aspinall doesn't have a choice but to fight bums. True. I'm always excited to see my bae Val whoop that bat eater. Zang, that bat eater. Stop it, that bat eater. Yeah, I wasn't committed to Izzy, but the point I was making about striking versus grappling in the Matrix standards, well, that's because grappling is so much more important. That's why we weigh it so heavily. She will have her struggle to even. Come on, Doug. She will have her struggle to see even more clearly. Right, I spent so much time trying to read that, and it was just a Asian joke. I'm with you, mate. Aspinall has fought no one close to Holloway. I'm not saying skill for skill. You were saying pound for pound. I agree with Carpathiast on Ilya. His striking is no way a 10. He's not even a 2 on the boxing. Well, that's just wrong, Tim. He is obviously above a 2 on the boxing. Charles negotiated for a bigger bag like a smart individual and had you fools in the peanut gallery berating his genius. That is absolute cope. He could have done that without putting out the video in Portuguese. I was about to say my name is Catholic and all you call me was an atheist for a sec. I'm sorry, Combat Catholic. You're the great Combat Catholic. I'm talking to Wix. Oh, right. There you go. Yeah, searching for a better name. Someone doesn't. Who's the most complete UFC striker? Complete? The most complete UFC striker? Kicks. Muay Thai. Dirty boxing on the inside, clinch. Probably Islam Makhachev. Islam Makhachev can box Volkanovski and Poirier while also having the Muay Thai with the grappling and also having the low kicks. It's probably Islam Makhachev. Bro, Josh Emmett has got that top tier orc chin. I'm just saying, you were asking pound for pound. Pound for pound, Tom Aspinall's got more pound for pound punching power than Ilia Topuria. Ilia Topuria's got much better style and skill. Izzy KO'd Whitaker with a left hook. Izzy did, that is true. Only the hardest hitting 140 pound pounder can crack that. Bloody Josh Emmett, yep. Heavyweight power is too much. It is a lot, mate. Little bloody heathen. When this dude knocks people, when this dude touches people, he TKOs them. When I knock them out, they don't fucking move. You're just jealous of Charles because he got to sleep with my sister. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. Barboza? Edson Barboza. Barboza's got very good all-around striking. Yeah, he does. Holloway, JDM, and Piotr Jan. Holloway's got good kicks. JDM's got fuck all kicks. Piotr Jan, yeah, Piotr Jan's up there. Yeah, Piotr Jan's up there for sure. Doing well. Islam, you're rage baiting. He's a wrestler that can throw a high kick. Islam's got very good fucking striking, Carpathiast. Very good striking. Like, check it. It's very, very good. I'm not rage baiting at all. Okay, where are we at? Motherfucker. Motherfucker. Dirty dog motherfucker. Why didn't you do that before? Because you're a cunt. That's why. Because you're a cunt. 7.5 plus 3 plus 6 plus 2 plus 10 plus 7 plus 8 plus 5 plus 8 plus 7 gives Charles Oliveira. Gives Charles Oliveira a 63.5. Charles Oliveira, a 63.5. Oh my God. He comes in higher than Bilal Muhammad. Comes in exactly the same as Shavkat Rakhmanov. Comes in lower than Ilia Topuria. You see the way the fighter matrix works? You see? Ilia Topuria slept Charles Oliveira in the first round because Ilia Topuria is almost 10 points ahead of Charles Oliveira. Comes in below Dricus. Well ahead of the GOAT Ludovic Klein. Well behind Islam Makhachev, which makes sense as well. Just behind Alex Pereira. Oh my God, what a crazy, crazy turn of events on another successful and glorious Fighter Matrix stream on Dougie's Corner. Oh, what a stream, boys. 2.5 hours and a Fighter Matrix. And we shat on the PFL. Craziness. What's up, Chrissy J? How are you? Right at the end of the stream. Craziness. Craziness. Stop sharing that. Craziness. So we have DDP and Alex Pereira higher than Ilia. What? Ilia at 72. Dricus And Alex Pereira. Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, we did. We did. Crazy times. Crazy times, wasn't it? Man, wild time. I tell you what, the Fighter Matrix, it never fails. The Fighter Matrix never fails to get the people going. How does Charles have a 7 out of 10 chin? You'll have to go back and listen to the stream. I can't explain it all again. I can't explain it all again. We've gone through it too much. How does any of this make sense? That's the beauty of the Fighter Matrix. It makes total sense. And if you really want to know how we got to every single conclusion, you have to go back and re-listen to every single stream as we talk through them one by one. That's just how it is. That's how it goes down. But that's it. It's been 2.5 hours. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I know you want more Fighter Matrixes. I know. You want to go over them again. You want to do more of them. I get it. The chat loves the Fighter Matrix. I understand. But I've got to go, chat. I simply must go. Chandler Matrix next. I think we'll have to revisit... We might have to revisit Dricus Duplessis after the Khamzat Chimaev fight, because we haven't done Dricus since the Khamzat Chimaev fight. So, Nacho, Eric, lock in. There's going to be a big Fighter Matrix stream this weekend. We'll do the Fighter Matrixes this weekend. Let's call it a Fighter Matrix weekend. It'll be a great time. And that's that. Alright, I'm out of here. Guys, thank you so much for joining me in the stream. I really appreciate all of you guys. Thank you for supporting the channel so much. Whether it's with your donos, or just liking the live streams, or just with your viewership and yelling at me and calling me an idiot. I know, I appreciate it so much. Eric, I'm so sorry that I can't stay alive, but it's 5:30, I gotta go. It's been a long week. Appreciate all of you guys so much, and on behalf of everyone here in the chat and the Dougie's Corner community, Big Jim is trying, who has been in the chat, was in the Discord today, and there's sad news that he lost his mother. So condolences to Jim and his brother and his family. But it was very cool to see Jim jump in the Discord and say that he just wanted to chat with some of the boys and have a laugh. So shout out to Jim for being a man and stepping up and saying, I'm feeling depressed and I just want to have a laugh. And the thoughts and the prayers are with him and his family. And I'm very, very proud of the community that we have built here for just being a bunch of lads that can bullshit with each other and support each other over the weekends. So it's really cool. We have a great community here. So I appreciate all of you guys for being part of it. Everyone have a nice night. If you're in America or if you're in Canada, you have a wonderful night. If you're in Europe, you have a very, very good day today. If you're in Australia, you have a wonderful Arvo and enjoy the public holiday tomorrow. To all my Aussie brothers out there on Friday, enjoy the public holiday tomorrow. And I will see you guys tomorrow for another stream. I'll see you then, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate all of you. Bye, guys.